live. Generic error. The try closing the recording software, which might be using. Ah, see, of course. All right. Why am I getting them sounds? Why? Why is it telling me it's not working? Why is it telling me it's not working? Don't do this to me. Nah, it says something to do with the recording. So I think right now we are live on YouTube, to be fair. But it's telling me that I can't record it for some reason. Which means that when I clip it later, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But I can still do it. I can still clip it.
Is there like a chat? Is there
there is a chat. There is a chat. You might have to bring it up on... If you're on the phone, you might want to bring it up on the laptop or something and watch it through there. So you can see it. It'll be the easiest way. I could share it with you, but then it means I can't share my audio with you. That would be, yeah. So, yeah, look, people are chatting right now. So if you bring it up on yours, you'll be able to.
See. Yeah, it's still working, bro.
Here we go. Cheesy Weezy and extra steezy. Comment of the day goes to Jai so far. It's working. We're here. Alright, can everyone hear us well? Is everything looking okay? What's going on, people? We working? We in? Are we live? Hey, evening. All the honeys. I can be your honey any day you want. Yeah, man, I say we're working. What's people saying? How we doing? How we feeling? Nerves a bit glitchy though? Nah, nerves alright. What are you talking about? Looks good.
I'm watching on my laptop. It's alright, eh?
Yeah, I think it's looking alright. No complaints here.
If it's a problem, I'll jump in my car because it's a bomb shelter in here. Eh?
Yeah, nah, we should be alright. I remember when we did the podcast before as well. I think you did it in the studio. And at first it was like ropey connection as anything, and then turned out alright in the end.
That's Australia, bro. That's just Australia. Fucking NBN's bullshit.
What is it? When I went to New Zealand, somebody's house that I was in, he had like 500 megabyte per second like download speed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, we don't even get that here. Like,
New Zealand is legit heaven. They have no dangerous animals, bro. Fucking nothing. Run through the bush naked. No sweat. Like, it's fucking whatever. It's crazy out there. They got beautiful. They got the snow. They got Fergburger. They got everything.
They just got everything they ever wanted. And what have Australia got?
Fuck, I don't know, bro. They've got me.
They've got no. That's all you need. Just no one network. They got no one. That's who they got. They got no one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. It, bro. You know what? You can see, but they can't see. We got the Nerve T on today. Shout out Golly for sending through the whole pack.
Yeah, dude.
He hooked me up big time. But yeah, who we got in the chat? We got some regular faces here. Been on Nerve since his open beatmaker days, man. Solid. Seeing how far he's come. Beatmaker days. Talk to me about that.
Me, man, I guess like I started making beats before I started rapping, really. So I was like doing a bit of both, but yeah, like I had like homies that I did stuff with. My homie Blind, like I was kind of like a duo called Thought Junkies, and we dropped like an EP together. I remember like doing my first show and bringing a bunch of CDs I ripped off Windows Media Player, and like I swear half of them probably didn't even work properly, and I was giving them out for free, but. And I like printed them on this like inkjet, you know, like one of them inkjet printers that prints on a CD and shit. It was mad like booky shit, man, but it was sick. And so like, yeah, I've been chucking beats up on SoundCloud for like 5 years now, I think. So if anyone's been seeing shit from back then they're a real OG, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're the real ones who've been there from the start.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
Man. And we was only just talking before we went live about you fucking around with remixes and taking tracks and just switching up the genre completely, man.
Yeah, trust. This time next year, I'll be doing tours as a techno DJ under a different name.
Yeah, why not, man?
Fucking doing shit.
There's no rules. No rules, man. Just put on a mask. That's all you need to do. They still know it's you, but just put on a mask. That's all.
Yeah, no rules to this shit. I'll be like, I'll bring back fucking, what are them guys? Daft Punk. I'll be the new Daft Punk.
Just gotta pick a type of animal, get a helmet or a fucking mask. You know, what's Dead Mouse? And he's got like some. I didn't realize how big that thing is. Like he's got to have like strong neck. That sounds a bit crazy, but he's got to like to carry around that thing.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mad. All right. Walk and talk. Walk and talk's part of the. Yeah, it is. It's part of the EP.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering whether it was going to be separate or not. We'll get round to that. We'll get round to that. We'll go in order of everything. We'll go in order of everything today. So just to be clear to anyone who doesn't know, I've seen Migraines, 1 in a Million, and Missed Calls. Migraines and Missed Calls I've listened to in my own time as well, so I know them a bit better. 1 in a Million I've only listened to once or twice.
Okay.
So that, and then all the rest are new reactions for me. How long have you been working on this EP?
I think like the oldest track is probably Missed Calls, which was like June 2020.
Okay, so it's still a new project then, because some people when they work on a project they'll bring a track from like 3 years ago or some shit sometimes. Like,
Yeah, no, I like to keep shit fresh. I don't like to sit on it for too long. And like I cut a lot of tracks. Like
yeah,
I probably had like 25 tracks, like to kind of like choose from, you know. So I had to narrow it down real hard. And a lot of stuff that was just real experimental, like sort of tracks where if I didn't make that track, I wouldn't have been able to make these ones.
Yeah.
Right? So, but really, the majority of the EP I whipped up in like the last 2 months before it dropped. Like a lot of it was like real recent.
Okay.
Because I just like when I know I think I go all right under pressure, and as soon as the deadline came up, I was just like bang 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 bang.
Yeah.
And I got a good story about Walk and Talk as well when we get to it.
Okay, we'll save that till we get
I
round.
like about like rushing to get shit done, but
Yeah.
getting it done proper. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But sometimes that creates the best stuff, you know what I mean? The best content when, you know, there's certain tracks that you can work on for weeks, months even, like projects and this, that, and the other. And then there's things that you do in like an hour and it's like, it turns out to be your best shit. You're like, you know what I mean? Or it's the shit that pops off the most at least. Like, how do you like spending lots of time on something, or are you very impulsive?
Nah, I like to get it done when it's hot, you know? I don't really waste too much time like tweaking stuff, you know, like you get the feeling, you get the vibe, and you just get it out, you know. Like usually when it's like something like Reese's Pieces, man, like I made that bit, like it's as simple as fuck beat, and like I made that beat in like 2-3 minutes, just like doots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like ran straight to the studio, recorded it. Same with like Hopscotch, even like that was done in about 3 hours, and I was just like boom, done, let's go, you know. Because when it's hot for me, I feel like the energy I give it and put it out with is like, it's still hot for me, so it's going to be hot for everyone else, you know?
I hear that. See, I'm the opposite to you in terms of, and I know some other artists are like this, I have to live with something for a little bit just to see if I really like it or not. Because there's times where I'll make something or write something and be like, yo, this is the shit, like this is the one. And then wake up the next day and I'm looking back at it, I'm like, it's a little bit ropey still, I can't lie, like it's a bit, it's not looking too hot. So I'm the opposite in terms of I like to live with something, and if I still rate it like it's the first day after a couple weeks, a month, couple months or whatever, then I know, right, you know what, I still want to listen to this track, I still want to share it, I know it's good. But yeah, that is interesting to see how different people work. Can't lie, the chat right now is going off with food. What we got here? What are people eating today? I know you're a man who loves your food.
Yeah, cuz that'd be my Discord going crazy talking about cheese and shit.
Yeah.
They got their little, the Discord gang just like hijack everything I jump on, bro. It's fucking mad. They're like cheese gang and shit. What did I have today? No, I had a pretty chill. I had a berry and veggie smoothie, some scrambled eggs today, you know, just keeping it chill.
Keeping it
I want
fresh.
to get some curry tomorrow for sure. My favorite's vindaloo, so I'm gonna get that when I get back into my routine. Yeah. 100%.
Are you one of them man who just wake up and you're like, I know what I'm having for dinner later?
Nah, because I got like no routine at the moment. I've been like all over the place, so I kind of just like impulse buy whatever the fuck, and I haven't had any time to cook because I've been like going Sydney, Melbourne, bang, bang, bang. So, but Melbourne, the food in Melbourne's fucking fire. So I was just eating out. I went to this place, this Thai restaurant in the middle of a multi-story car park, and I ate intestines, bro, and it was trippy as.
Oh man, do you remember the name of the place?
Soy 38.
Shout out to
so
Soy
if anyone
38.
in Melbourne, Soy 38, and intestines were tasty, bro, but they were pretty chewy. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
Shout out to them. That's mad. All right, Discord gang's running the fucking show according to J Camp. Apparently they're running the show. There we are, live in the flesh. Right, let's get into this. Migraines, I've already heard, but we got to do it for the sake of doing it. We got to make sure we cover everything. Let me make sure the volume. All right, everyone else is gonna have to do a test audio for me. Right, first off, Nerve, can you hear this?
Swear it used to be love, but now it's so cold again.
Calm.
Can't tell if I'm a grown
And if
man or
everyone
a young
else
boy,
has,
but I'm still getting older. Where
if
did
everyone
the
else can
time
hear
go?
it, just give us
She crying
the
and pouring
heads
her heart
up.
out to me, and I just got my eyes closed. This can't be defined by all that shit you see
Seeing
online.
online,
No, this is deeper than that, deeper than rap. My life started with death. We could never bring it back. That's just a
Question: how did you film that? Was you literally just like on a little table or something, just doing backstroke in midair, like?
Yeah, legit. Yeah.
Literally, and just green screened it.
Bro, that shit actually hurt so much. I was on like a hardwood table doing a fucking backstroke, and my ass was going numb. Legit. Do whatever for a video. You know me, man.
Yeah. You gotta risk it all for the video.
the fact, stab in the back. What sort of God would do this? But it is what it is. That type of shit is gonna thicken your skin. And my mama took it straight to the chin. Maybe that's why I don't get attached. Girl, I'm a dream telling me I'm a robot, cause I can't love her back. Fuck this, I'm done. Back to the lab. Won't leave till I got that stack. Run from it all till my lungs are bleeding. Fuck love, but I want it back. Cause I wanna feel something. Too many times at home trying to work out how the fuck do I function. Sometimes this brain is a dungeon.
She drops hard as fuck.
Hard, bro. Hard.
She said I'm obnoxious. Heart full of that nonsense. Swear I can't love no more, but if she tryna kick it, then I got options. Tryna buy time, but I don't
buy watches. Cosmic sport like Foster's. I can't lie, that is the only line that ever sticks in my head out of that hook. Or not the only one, but it's the first one that did. Like Aussie Export like you should get sponsored. Where's the sponsorship? Where's the brand deal?
Yeah, it's a shame. I guess I probably don't drink enough to make use of that shit, you know? I should have shouted out some sort of like, I don't know, medicinal weed brand that sells sativa or something. Then I'd get sponsored. It'd be sick, bro. Could
have got the partnership. That's it. So with that first section then, did you plan on that being like a whole different thing first and then integrated this in? Or was it like... you knew that you wanted like kind of like a beat switch / drop?
When I made the beat, I think I got both the samples off Businessman. I actually had like 100 of his loops,
right?
And I found these two, and I knew I wanted to start a song with like as little production as possible, like really bare, so it was all about what I'm saying. And so I kind of just made that, and then I was like, oh, but imagine if I say all this real shit and then just drop it into some crazy ass beat. So and it's kind of like what I do with most of my tracks. I make the beat while I'm writing, so I'll do the beat, but I just won't waste my time like finishing touches stuff. I'll just make the bare beat, and while I've still got energy, I'll write all the lyrics and then finish off the beat after I've written the lyrics. So I kind of made the beat as I was writing, and then kind of just, you know, did that. That's
mad that you're able to write and still kind of structure it, as you said, like the skeleton of it, and kind of structure it as it goes along. That's mad.
Yeah, I'm glad that that I spent the time to learn how to make beats, because it gives me a lot of... I'm a control freak, bro, so like I probably wouldn't have it any other way, you know?
Yeah. One of them. You could... there's only so much you could do with someone else kind of producing and whatnot, because you want the control of being able to do beat switches or certain switch ups, or, you know what I mean? I can understand that 100%. 100%. I can understand that.
She said I'm obnoxious, heart full of that nonsense. Swear I can't love no more, but if she tryna kick it, then I got options. Tryna buy time, but I don't cop watches. Aussie Export like Foster's. Hop in the whip and boss it, still unlock with them hits I'm dropping. Still unlocked till I'm in a coffin. Heart full of that nonsense. Swear I can't love no more, but if she tryna kick it, then I got options. Tryna buy time, but I don't cop watches. Aussie Export like Foster's. Hop in the whip and boss it, still unlock with them hits I'm dropping. Still unlocked till I'm in a... Ay, big nerd, big bopper. She working both her lips and both her hands like shit was a whopper. I got them dancing, screaming out oppa. Ignorant shit, no time to be proper. From down under, sounding all ochre. These dons a bunch of imposters. You ain't onto none of that, stop it. Big boy like Triple H, spin a whole crew like a figure eight.
Yeah.
No time for a handout, no I ain't trying to commiserate. She said she won't come play, but I swear that she got Beyonce. Told her I ain't got no free time, won't stop to the bank, big like Andre. Anyway, I'm busy just whipping. All this chat about him and her, now everybody on my shit list. What I gotta do to fix it? On my case, like, why you with that chick? Who's this, your missus? I'm trying to get this in private, piss off.
None of your business. I love that, like, that staunch, that bold, like, fuck off, none of your business. Like, I love that kind of. Is that like the point of this track, to just to be able to flex for a moment and just be able to say, like, I'm on my grown man shit, like.
Bro, I was mad vexed when I wrote this shit, eh? 'Cause, like, I guess, like, this year was kind of when I started to really feel the effects of having a name for myself on my social life. So, like, people just chatting shit, man. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what this verse is about, is, like, I was hearing shit, like, about myself, like, that I'd never, you know what I mean? Like, I was hearing, like, oh yeah, someone said this, someone said that, blah blah blah, whatever, and I was like, who the fuck, what do these cunts have to do? Like, what are they doing with themselves? Like, wasting their time talking about me and, like, talking about, you know, like, oh, who's this chick? Is that your missus? Blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, like, I don't care about what you're doing, not in a disrespectful way, just like, I'm doing me, you do you, like. So yeah, like, I remember, like, I know this track got me in some trouble, to be honest.
Oh, really? What? As in you dropped it and then it was just like, oh shit, is that about me? And
yeah, I had like a couple of people running around saying this track was about them, you know. So, but
is it particularly about them, or is it just a case of if the shoe fits?
I wouldn't say even like if the shoe fits. I think like this track, and especially the intro, is a big vent. Like, not everything is directly related to something, an exact event, but it's like a whole bunch of stuff. Just like, it's like a therapy session, you know what I mean? It's just like bullets. And I think so the idea of this track for me, and how it's split into 3 parts, is that, like, the track itself is a contradiction. Like, the first part, and why it's called Migraines too, because I don't actually mention a migraine in the song at all. The reason it's called Migraines is because the stuff at the start of the song is the stuff that I'm thinking, right? But I do what a lot of men do, and I'm trying to get out of it, which is just internalize the shit that's putting you down and, like, just keep moving. So the stuff at the start is what I'm thinking that's stressing me out. The stuff in the middle is the shit that I say to vent that without actually getting to the point of that stuff, you know? And then if I don't vent that, then that's when I get migraines. And then the end is just like kind of trippy, you know, like, but like the whole thing is that it's a contradiction. Like, the stuff at the start is how I'm feeling, but I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm just gonna, like, flex to let out that anger, and that's what the middle is, you know. But it's both, like, they're conflicting, but that's why, you know, we're the duality of man, you know. We've all got 2 sides. Yeah, there's
like the personal side and what your real thought process is, but then it's almost covered with the, well, fuck off, none of your business anyway. Like, you know what, I'm just, you know, and as you said, kind of internalizing that, but then it gets to the point where you need to vent it. And so then it comes out in this big bravado, and it comes out in it, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Body on my shit list, what I gotta do to fix it? On my case, like, why you with that chick? Who's this, your missus? I'm trying to get this in private, piss off, none of your business. You must be taking the piss if you think that I'm giving this shit. Got these people around me, you'll bicker when I see them whisper, come hop on a bit of this dick. Just a tip.
One more time.
Come hop on a bit of this dick.
Just a tip.
Little bitch.
See, now when I'm listening to it, now it makes, just with that slight bit of context, it makes a lot more sense. Like, it has that extra level. I mean, it's like, although it is the big, like, I'm talking my shit and whatnot, it now has that extra layer of, okay, but he is really talking about something. It's not just random lyrics that are just thrown in there for the sake of being thrown in there. Makes sense.
Man. What it is, they say they love me, but they don't know what love is. Heart full of that nonsense. Swear I can't love no more, but if she tryna kick it, then I got options. Tryna buy time, but I don't cop watches. Aussie export like Fosters. Hop in the whip in Boston, still on lock with them hits I'm dropping. Still on lock till I'm in a coffin. Heart full of that nonsense. Swear I can't love no more, but if she tryna kick it, then I got
loving this
options.
one.
Tryna buy time, but I don't cop watches. Aussie export like Fosters. Hop in the whip in Boston, still on lock with them hits I'm dropping. Still on lock till I'm in a.
Hey. And you let the beat breathe for a bit before it has, as you said, the third switch up, the third part.
Yeah. This third bit, I recorded on my laptop mic, not even like a real mic.
Oh, really? You know what? I want to say I remember you doing a couple things like that where you was posting it on Insta and then you did like some mad melodic hook. I don't think we've ever heard it. You did like a mad melodic hook and again you said you was like, yeah, I record this on my laptop mic, like.
Yeah, that I did that for Missed Calls. I eventually re-recorded it, but yeah, Missed Calls I originally recorded on my laptop mic when it sounded like, I don't know how I did it. It actually sounded half decent, but it was like recording on an iPhone type thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this last bit I recorded on my laptop mic and then I just pitched the whole shit. I had like a demo sitting on there and I just dropped it in and pitched the whole thing down and just made it like real chop.
Yeah, and it has like that slow down effect and everything like that, yeah. Was that another difficult thing to film, dipping your head in the tank like that, or was it just easy as?
That was in a swimming pool. I pretty much just had to like hold my breath for as long as possible because they wanted to get a mad slow-mo shot, but like the shit came out so crazy. Yeah. And I think like this part is like a visual representation of like all the thoughts that swim around in your head subconsciously. You know what I mean? It's like this is the part that represents the shit that you don't say, but you're thinking. It's like all this stuff just swirling around in your head. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's kind of like what it is to me. Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Scrub's in the chat. All I needed was that Scrub collab. That's what he says.
Shout out Scrub.
Shout out Scrub each and every time, man. Each and every time. So what do you remember what you're actually like saying here?
Yeah, she want company, but this ain't love. She got no trust in me, cause why trust in me? Only I trust in me.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
And as you said, the contradiction, the back and forth of it all. And that just loops, yeah.
Yeah, I was on my sad boy shit.
Yeah, man. But it's good. It's good to have the balance, man. Good to have the balance. I think it's fair to say that probably goes over a lot of people's heads because of just like the main portion of the song. It's just like, Nerves on his litty shit. So, you know, there's not going to be many people that probably sat down and thought, you know, oh, what's all of that about? They're just like, oh, it just sounds like a sick breakdown kind of thing. So.
Yeah. And I think that's like a big thing I tried to do with this whole EP is like, I'm like, I actually can't write anymore unless it's about something, like, you know what I mean?
100%.
About something legit, about something real, because otherwise it just doesn't feel right. So, yeah.
No, 100%, I'm with you, and I think that's how it should be. To be fair, like, and outside of making club bangers or something like that, then fair enough. You know what I mean? Litty shit is just litty shit sometimes, but I think for 90% of the content I want to take in, 95% of the content I want to take in, I want there to be some sort of message or meaning behind it. Even if that is you wanting to prove yourself as the best MC or something, fine, but cool. At least have that motivation going into it and not just throwing out silly punchlines for the sake of throwing it out there, if that makes sense. Like, have a bit of purpose behind what you're doing. 100%.
Yeah.
No One Network. Each and every time. All right. That's Migraines. So that's track number one. In terms of structuring, is there like a purpose behind where each track is structured, or is it kind of just a loose kind of structure to how everything is?
I don't really I wouldn't know how to explain it. I guess I just did what I felt was right. Yeah. But one thing I did very, very consciously was chuck track 3 where it is. And if you haven't heard it yet, I'll get to that when we go to track 3. But yeah.
All right.
Track 3 is where it is for a reason. Yeah.
Okay. We'll get to that. Second one that again I've heard before, 1 in a Million, JK47. How did this one? Was it just you was in studio with JK? Was you just chatting and did you show the beat? Like how did this come together? Because you've worked with JK before.
Yeah. So I was like, I knew I wanted JK, you know, on a feature. We had a couple already done, but I was just like, I need something that's just gonna like I love everything I make with him, you know, but I just had this feeling. I was like, nah, we can make some. I reckon, like, even if we can't, like, let's get into the studio and try and blow all these demos out of the water, you know. So I had I went up the coast. I went up to where he's at, booked 2 days in the studio, got in, and then I think me and Jay Orient were trying to like cook up a beat, and then we kind of hit a wall. And I just like was like, oh yeah, well, I wasn't going to show you this until we cooked something else up, but I got this demo and it was this beat with the hook and my first verse.
Right.
And like I was feeling iffy about it. I often like feel real iffy about like the shit that I make until I guess I get like some sort of reaction from someone else, or if I get stoned and listen to it, usually it's better because it feels like it's not me. But I generally write music like straight, like sober. But I played this and he was like, why the fuck didn't you show me this when we started? Like, let's go. And he bounced off my verse and then I bounced. And then when he did his verse, I was like, fucking hell. So like I bounced off that and it just like went back to forth. Like, yeah, whipped it up like mad quick. And then we were like, okay, sick. This is the one, you know?
I'm sure I said this when I did the reaction as well. It doesn't feel like JK's on the track for the sake of being on the track. It feels like he has a purpose, and by what you're saying, if it was just you doing this as a solo track, we probably would have never heard it. But when you heard JK add what he added, then it makes it like, oh, okay, now I can see what you were seeing in this now and knowing what he brings to the table and whatnot. Is that like a fair statement? Yeah,
I think we inspire each other heaps, you know, like we make each other better when we're in the same room, you know. And I think that's like the beauty of it all, really.
Yeah. All right. Last question, just before we do get into it, because I know this is in the Poppies field. Did you go to film this video in mind with like, right, this is gonna be like the EP cover, this is gonna be like the whole theme of it, or is that just how it turned out?
No, it actually was a separate concept, but like when the EP concept came together, it just kind of happened to be that I realized when it came together that I'd used flowers in so many tracks. Like we had Tulips. Migraine's front cover had flowers in it.
True,
We've got this, and then like, you know, so it all just came together. But I actually shot the cover like a couple of weeks after this in a different place.
Okay.
So yeah, it all just kind of like worked, and I reckon that was just the universe being like, yeah, this is the right thing to do. You know, it all just made sense.
Okay, so we're gonna get a track in about 3 months' time called Dandelions. Then is that confirmed?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Okay,
something like that. Pushing up daisies.
Nerf, the florist of the scene.
That's it, because we're always growing.
I like that. Actually, that's a good analogy. I like that. I like that
always
a lot.
growing.
Let's go, man. 1 in a million.
They never wanted to let us in, guess who's stepping in the building. Stayed up till I came up, I ain't had nothing but a vision.
Just the build up.
Swear my team move way too different. Yeah, we 1 in a million. Ha! 247 365 building. Got no love for the system. Swear my dreams are way too vivid. Hey, no one network got to unlock from the building.
Pull it back, man. I still get gassed over this shit.
No, this is a hard beat.
Yeah, man, it is.
I'm proud of this beat.
This is one of the things I've been wanting to ask you. That sweep, that zoom, is that like a producer tag thing, or is that just a transition you like using?
I reckon that's like part of my tag now, for sure.
It's got to be, because I've heard it on too many tracks now.
Yeah, people started saying it. I can't remember when I first used it. It was probably like towards the middle of last year, but when I started doing it, I was like, yeah. Oh, you know, it was Tulips.
Was Tulips? I was about to say Sunday Roast, but I was like, no, it ain't on Sunday Roast. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then I just started doing it on everything, and now it's my thing, and it just like it's mad. Like I don't even need to chuck my N to the E to the RVE over it anymore. It's like people just know, and like I can do that in any genre as well. Like when I'm doing, and
you know what? That's the thing why I think it's sick, because if the end, like some producer tags are sick and they're iconic, but with certain vibes they don't work with certain type of tracks. Like if you're gonna go do some mad personal shit and you like enter the E to the RVE, and you know what I mean, it might throw it off, whereas that sweep can just be used universally. So I agree, I think that should become one of your things for sure, man.
Let it sing, guess who's stepping in the building? Stayed up till I came up, I ain't had nothing but a vision. Yeah. Ooh.
Swear my team move way too different.
Hey, yeah, we 1 in a million.
Ha! 247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid.
Hey, no one network got to unlock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. Tell your brothers and sisters. Ay.
That we 1 in a million.
247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid. No one network got to unlock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. Tell your brothers and
1 in a million, 2 young guns on the come up. Triple that pay, get the funds up. All
Shout out Smack. Smack always gets a cameo in one of your videos.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Always with that big grin too.
Yeah, man. It's good to see
And
it.
then
go.
there's mad homies in this video. Rocky the boxer, he's my boxing trainer. We got all the ECB boys on the bikes and stuff. Heaps of shit in this video, man. It's all the homies too, you know, like we didn't hire anybody out. It's like the dude on the BMX, Alex Heim, like he's the homie too, and he's like an X Games champion, like BMX rider. It's crazy. So that's like all the link ups through No One Network, you know. So this is like a big flex for that shit.
And it's you doing organically what you're like. Obviously, you and JK rapping, you know what I mean? The boys on the bikes, you know what I mean? Your trainer and everything. So it's just like everyone's doing what they would do as their livelihoods or their day-to-days, or you know what you would normally see them doing. So everyone's organically, you know, doing what they're normally. Yes, I rate that.
taking over. Tell your brothers and
1 in a million, 2 young guns on the come up. Triple that pay, get the funds up. All terrain in that 4x4. 5 out of 5 when they ask for the number. Got my team watching my 6, only 7 or 8 that I call.
This shot I love. I love this shot when you're all in the booth.
Yeah, this one's mad. So some of the chicks, Abby on the right, she does like festivals in Brisbane, like art and fashion and sound and stuff. The chick at the front and the chick second from the left, they did backup vocals for track 3.
Okay.
And then K-May on the furthest to the left is an MC from Brisbane as well. And then you got Chigsy, JK, and Smack in there. So they're all homies that do creative stuff in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
So it is. It's just the team. It's the people you would organically see yourself with. You know what I mean? As you said, no one hired, no one bought in just for the video. It was just like, these are the people you're always around on a daily, weekly basis anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah, these are the homies.
Yeah, man. Shout out.
4x4, 5 out of 5 when they ask for the number. Got my team watching my 6, only 7 or 8 that I call my brothers. Came from 9 years old with a dream, now 10 of us up on stage at the function. Up in the gym like Rocky. She said I moved too cocky. I said, baby, come try and stop me. I've got beats to the way too poppy. They get mad because they got tall poppy syndrome. I like sativa, not the Indo. I like a boss chick, not a bimbo. JK, tell them what's poppin', big bro.
Okay, throw flame when I spit flows. Seems ever since I was 14, I was chasing the dream. It was me and my big bro. When I throw shade my way, better kick stone.
It's just the way it switches. It just you both have presence. It's so clear when you touch mic. So when you both come in, it's the vibe. It's the same vibe, but it's stylistically different. It just switches up so nicely, and it's such a natural transition between the two of them.
I like a boss chick, not a bimbo. JK, tell them what's poppin', big bro.
Okay, throw flame when I spit flows. Seems ever since I was 14, I was chasing the dream. It was me and my big bro. When I throw shade my way, better kick stones. Never listening to haters. 1 minute wanna talk shit, next minute hop on the dick as if I was their favorite team on top. But we came from the basement, elevate. We just been putting our time into finding a better way. Now we on the way to the Hall of Fame, and I feel like I finally celebrate. But we never take a holiday, staying on the grind till the proper pay. We just trying to stack grands till the rubber band breaks. Understand, mate? 1 in a million. Nah, 1 in a billion.
All the boys.
They never wanted to let us in. Guess who's stepping in the building? Stayed up till I came up. I ain't had nothing but a vision. Yeah, them boys must be on a mission.
Swear my team move way too different.
Scott's back in.
1 in a million.
Ha! 247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid.
Hey, no one network got to unlock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. Tell your brothers and sisters.
So did you write that back-to-back bit together?
Nah, I think we altered it together. I had the hook like originally written, and then we re-recorded everything and like went back to back, added all the ad libs and shit because it just felt right.
Yeah.
But the second half we wrote like back to back, and then like the bit that we're about to get to, Jay Orient is the one that like flipped the sample and like did all the trippy shit on the second verse. Yeah.
Shout out Jay Orient, man.
That we one in a million.
247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid. No one network got it on lock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. I tell your brothers and shit.
Hey JK, tell them why we don't listen what they say. Cause the government only looking for paydays. Spending all of our wages up on a vacay.
Nah, hey, yo, wait. No way they can take away what I'm holding. Cause I'm in control of mine. I know I might have got dealt the cards. I'm not folding. No, yeah, they cold, but I'm colder, bro.
But there's a heat up. Give me the cheddar, I'm trying to eat up. They want me to follow, but I'm a leader.
Yes, sir.
Couple years and I've been kicking my feet up.
Can't tell these people that.
Nah. This is hard. It's too hard, man.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. I tell your brothers and shit.
Hey JK, tell them why we don't listen what they say. Cause the government only looking for paydays. Spending all of our wages up on a vacay.
Hey, yo, wait. No way they can take away what I'm holding. Cause I'm in control of mine. I know I might have got dealt the cards. I'm not folding. No, yeah, they cold, but I'm colder, bro.
But there's a heat up. Give me the cheddar, I'm trying to eat up. They want me to follow, but I'm a leader.
Yes, sir.
Couple years and I've been kicking my feet up.
Can't tell these people to ease up. They don't listen to us, so we don't listen neither. Wanna talk like shit so sweet, but they never could walk in my shoes for a meter. Please believe that we be one in a million.
That the way he just kind of stumbles out of that flow into the 1 in a million part is so hard, man.
Fucked me up when he did that, I was like, are you serious, bro?
Yeah.
The way he like dropped back into the flow, that killed me.
Yeah, the way he does, it's almost like, he just stumbles into it. It just casually, it's like one of the most seamless transitions that I've heard like in a while, man. Like, yeah, so seamless.
Shit so sweet, but they never could walk in my shoes for a meter. Please believe that we be one in a million. Now
1 in a billion.
They never wanted to let us in, guess who's stepping in the building? Stayed up till I came up, I ain't had nothing but a vision. Yeah, them boys must be on a mission. Say my team move way too different.
One more drop.
We 1 in a million.
247 365 building.
People fucking with this one.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid.
Hey, no one network got on lock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. Tell your brothers and sisters.
That we 1 in a million.
247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
It's and as you said with Jay, like doing this, it's like he sampled the track and then just like flipped it, you know, completely like at the end, man. Yeah, and it just adds that extra spice and keeps it fresh for the end, man. 100%.
Yes, fresh.
That we 1 in a million.
247 365 building.
Got no love for the system.
Swear my dreams are way too vivid. No one network got it on lock from the beach to the business district.
Yeah, ECB on repeat, taking over. I tell your brothers and sisters.
And then the vibe at the end.
Yeah, it's just everything.
Yeah, man. Did you graph that whole wall for the video? Just for the video?
Yeah. Golly linked it up. Golly linked up like all this shit up.
Yeah.
I had to extend the beat out for like 30 more seconds because he had so much fucking footage to fit into the one track. I had to bounce out like a way longer version.
Yeah.
That's why there's so much beat at the end of the video because he was like, I got too much heat to put in the video, you know, like he had to bounce it out. Like, yeah.
Had to just put it all in there. No, man, it's sick. Shout out Bryce, he just donated 10. Appreciate that, Bryce. Yeah, that whole wall. The No One Network wall, the ECB wall. Yeah, he said, yeah, just the boys doing their thing. Them tees are fresh as well, man. I can't lie, them No One. Who does the designs for your tees?
So those ones there, they're part of a series of 8 different collabs.
Yeah.
So we, there was a party we had, Basement Tea Party, 8 different t-shirts, and they were all No One Network collabs with different artists from around Brisbane.
Right.
So like, yeah, had like bare artists like, you know, like graphic designers or like street art, you know what I mean? So we had like a big party and like, so now we've got like heaps of different crazy designs. So if anyone's on here trying to check them out, like they're all on the website. Just mad steez, bro. And like artists that have been killing the game for like 10, 15 years, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, OG shit.
Yeah, man. And especially if you're in Brizzy, man, support your local artists, man. 100%. Like, and they're sick designs, you know what I mean? Because it's easy to do merch and just slap the artist name on a tee and just be like, yeah, merch, you know what I mean? But like, you can sell that there's effort put into these. You can tell there's actually a creative direction, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually something different. It makes it feel worthwhile buying it, and it's not just someone who's just, as you said, slapped a bit of text and just gone, yeah, done, kind of thing. So yeah, man, they're cold. All right, finally, after being live nearly 40 minutes, we might finally get into a reaction from me. First time hearing something. Baby, stop running your mouth.
Yeah, bro.
You said that 2 of the girls in the last video were doing the backup vocals on this one.
Yeah, so I had four chicks on backup vocals. They're the homies, man. They killed it. I am hoping to do a live version of this, maybe like with a band or something like that soon. So because this one I put third for a reason, and it's because the first 2 tracks, like stuff you would expect from me, but this one is definitely completely different, and that's why I put it where it is, because I wanted to show people that I'm like gonna do whatever type of music I want to do, and if you fuck with me, then you'll fuck with it. And this is like new sort of steez for me. But yeah, I did this one during a little 3-day lockdown we had in Brisbane, and I had all the studio gear in my bedroom. So this whole shit's recorded like in my bedroom. And I also didn't write any of the lyrics. I just went line for line, like straight off the top. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, it's an interesting process. I don't think I could ever do it. The kind of live recording. I know some people swear by it, and they're just like, it's so much better to do it. Like, and I know other people like me, I'm one of them. I have to write it, perfect it, rewrite it, restructure, you know what I mean? And sometimes I think it might be overdoing it, but yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Baby, start running your mouth. Jazz vibes.
Yeah.
Baby, stop running your mouth. I know you used to like screaming my name out loud, but I'm done with it now.
1 minute. Wait. Where the vocals coming from, Nerve? Where the vocals coming from? I heard a little riff in there.
I'm singing, bro. I'm singing. I'm R&B now, baby.
Where's the Usher ad-libs, man? You need to... You know when they do the ad-libs so hard, they're literally just singing a whole different song in the back.
Yeah. That's it. Nah, that's what I meant when I said this was different shit, bro.
Okay, all right.
In your mouth.
Why are you running your mouth, huh?
You used to like screaming my name out loud, but I'm
Ooh,
done with it
ha,
now.
Shark bait. Ooh, ha, ha.
Shit. Another donation coming through. RMK, we hear Chaz got to stay active with the donations. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the 10, man.
I know you used to like screaming my name out loud, but I'm done with it now. And this ain't helping. Baby, stop running your mouth.
It's smooth as well with like the horn section. It's smooth.
I know you're going through it right now, but there's some shit that I could do without.
I know you got problems. I know you got things going on. But just I don't need it right now. Just allow me.
Allow it.
I know you're going through it right now, but there's some shit that I could do without.
Just miss me with it.
I don't wanna party with your friends. They only party for the gram, do it for the fans, throw a couple bands, but it's all for the net.
Listen, you're only partying because you just want to show off on social media. You just want to be like, yes, bitch, shut up, man. Allow me.
The day don't connect. It ain't all the tranquilizer when you keep.
See, I've been waiting for like some sort of drop or like drums to come in, but it's just stayed real minimalistic so far. And it just keeps you on your toes the whole time.
Calling me for advice, but I'm just as lost as you.
Ooh.
But she smell like cocoa butter Vaseline. Looking back at me, now she bending over backwards. Swear this chick out the lead, it had to be. Now she taking jabs at me. I swear this shit a horror movie. I'm gonna be a casualty. In your mouth.
Every time I think there's gonna be some sort of drums coming in. No, still keeping
I did
it.
that on purpose. I did that on purpose so hard. I was like, oh, nah, not yet.
Because the first time you did it, when you did the sweep and then you cut it for like half a beat, I was like, yeah, and then bang, he's gonna bring it back, like bring something in, no? And then the next time I'm like, oh no, this time he's really bringing it. He's like, nah. It's just like, yeah, but it keeps you on your toes, and that's what I think artists should do: is keep the listener on their toes first time through. Get them, you know, constantly keep them thinking. I think that's a good thing, because if you get lulled into this sense of, routine too much, you end up getting bored. I think that's what's something that you're really good at doing, mainly from a production standpoint as well, of just keeping people constantly thinking of what's coming next. I think that's a really important thing to have. Massively important thing to have.
I know you used to like screaming my name out loud, but I'm done with it now.
Any techno drill coming up by any chance?
You'll see.
Baby, stop running your mouth.
I can imagine is that a drum and bass BPM?
Oh, one on my case like 5-0, so I keep it DL. Keep letting them go, cause I don't want that.
Smooth. Smooth.
Going through it right now, but there's some shit that I could do without. Oh, one on my case like 5-0, so I keep it DL. Keep letting them go, cause I don't want love, just money and wealth. One day,
I don't want love, I just want... Okay.
DL. Keep letting them go, cause I don't want love, just money and wealth. One day some girl gonna break my...
I love that ad-lib. Money! Just in the back, money!
Keep letting them go, cause I don't...
What's that?
I was taking a piss, but it kind of came out sick.
Yeah. Because it contrasts, isn't it? Like, the ad-libs are like mad litty, like, yeah! And then obviously the track's a lot smoother than that, so yeah, but it works, man, it works.
Oh, one on my case like 5-0, so I keep it DL. Keep letting them go, cause I don't want love, just money and wealth.
Money!
One day some girl gonna break my heart, but for now, oh well. But for now, give them hell. All my ones all alone, I ain't picking up the phone. Yeah, you heard what I said. Leave a message at the tone, cause I ain't checking shit anyway. Goddamn, need a getaway. Head full of that nonsense, now I be penning it down like I'm Hemingway.
Okay, so you're flipping off of that line, head full of that nonsense, so flipping off that line from migraines.
Yeah, and that's because I'm gonna get myself in trouble. When I dropped migraines, I had two people running around saying I wrote that track about them on some like X shit, and I was like, nah. I was like, nah. You wanna run around telling people I'm writing tracks about you? Then maybe I will. And
oh
baby,
shit!
Stop running your mouth.
Yeah,
baby, stop running your mouth. So.
Okay,
yeah.
so it all ties in then. So yeah, okay. So that makes sense why it's the third track after migraines as well. It makes sense why. Okay.
Wait, goddamn, need a getaway. Head full of that nonsense. Now I be penning it down like I'm Hemingway.
Mm.
They on the tranquilizer me. Keep calling me for advice, but I'm just as lost as you.
That's a bar. It's a bar. Look, you're asking me for advice. I don't know shit either. I'm just as lost as you are. Levels. There's levels. That could be a whole different conversation in itself. So I've just seen a mad comment. J Chem, Nerve keeps edging us with this track. He's like, is he gonna come yet? Nah, not yet, bitch. Oh shit. That's a good comment. Yeah, them vocals in the back definitely complement it well. Helps fill that gap nice.
But she smell like cocoa butter Vaseline. Looking back at me, now she bending over backwards. Swear this chick out the lead, it had to be. Now she taking jabs at me. I swear this shit a horror movie. I'm gonna be a casualty. In your mouth. I know you used to like screaming my name out loud, but I'm done with it now.
Oh. Now what was it?
Stop running your mouth. I know you're going through it right now, but there's some shit that I could do without.
It's just such a kickback compared to the first two tracks. Like, it's such a nice switch up in the pacing of this so far. I know we're only 3 tracks in, but it's nice to have that switch up. It is nice. Yeah, people are fucking with this one.
Fuck yeah.
And just bare runs in the back, just overlapping with each other. I
you're gonna
really
be
like
letting
that
people
track.
down for the rest of your life.
But I didn't hear that first bit.
Bro, you're
He's
gonna
my
be
manager.
letting people down for the rest of your life. And that's just how it goes, but you just gotta make sure the ones that you're doing right by are the right people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know that, you know the feeling. You know the feeling when you've upset someone, so, you know, focus on what really matters. Listen, you know, you just gotta be good. You don't have to be a dick about it. You can get your own way,
Boom.
Okay. Is that like a voice note or a voicemail after a conversation you had with each other, or?
Yeah, that was after I was like telling my home, like that's my manager Joe. That was me telling him about a bunch of shit that was going on. So, but I think I was like in the studio or something. So he left me a voice note, and yeah, I just chucked it on the end because it was pretty relevant to like what was going on at the time. And I thought, you know, like give people a bit more insight into, you know, just adding like more of like real shit. You know, like that was a proper conversation with a friend that I had, and I think it's something that a lot of people can like would be you know, be useful for a lot of people to hear, you know. Because yeah, I think like me personally, like I have like trouble, like I have like people pleasing tendencies, like I'm trying to keep everyone happy sometimes, but I think what he's saying is like you're going to let people down no matter what you do, but just make sure that you don't let down the people that really matter, you know. Or the people that you need to have their back, make sure, you know, but like you can't overextend yourself for people that might not do the same for you, you know.
Not being able to
Yeah,
please
totally.
everyone, but just focusing on the ones who are really there for you and focusing on the ones who are the real ones, kind of thing.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah, man.
So a cathartic moment. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And again, going back to what you were saying before, real shit. You know what I mean? Something with a purpose. As you said, adding that human element in with the voice note and whatnot. You know, it just helps solidify the feeling of, right, I'm writing this for a reason. There is a purpose to this track. It's not just because I wanted to make a smooth track. Yeah, it's a great track that's smooth and it has that lo-fi hip hop element mixed with like jazz and everything, but it's done for a reason. It's not just done for the sake of it. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Indigo Merkaba, shout out to you, my brother. He says, mad Project Nerve. Shout out Indigo Merkaba each and every time, man.
Yeah,
each and every time. Who's that? Know me. What we got? Like a double. What's the case with the double name? Do I need to listen to find out, or?
I think they kind of just like they both could be the name. So I just like decided to, you know what I mean. Neither of them sounded like a full name in themselves, you know. So, but you'll get what I mean when you hear the hook.
Alright,
yeah,
that makes sense. Let's see what.
Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie.
1 minute. So we come off the back of something smooth and then it just starts off nice and light to start off with. Okay.
Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie.
So I love that loud. What are you talking like? You know me? Who that?
Why you talking like you know me now? Who that?
IGGY.
Call me homie, we ain't homies now. Who that? Remember when they didn't know me? Now they're like, who that?
Okay, so
now
the back
my
and
team
forth.
Do that. We hungry, where the food at? Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie, we ain't.
That little sample. What is that? What is that?
That's my homie Boy Soda. He did all the backup vocals on this one. He's a fucking crazy R&B singer from Sydney.
Okay.
Shout out Boy Soda. Yeah.
Okay, so you just took his riffs and runs and just pitched it up, or sped it up.
He did all of it. I sent the track to him, and he just sent me back like he mixed all of his own vocals, which was crazy too. So.
Okay.
Who that? Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie, we ain't homies now. Who that?
I like how it's just slowly built up as well, like it's just adding extra layers in each time.
Remember when they didn't know me? Now they're like, who that? Now they're like, who that? Who that? They're like, who that? Alright, let me slow it down. I guess I'm saying some shit. Sometimes my homies, they don't know, cause I don't say what I think. I try to bottle shit inside. I bottled this for a while.
That's exactly what you were saying, bottling in shit and keeping it to yourself, like.
They don't know, cause I don't say what I think. I try to bottle shit inside. I bottled this for a while. I bottled this since I was a kid. My pocket full of them fives. See, I got problems with commitment. Taking instead of giving, not giving into the system. 9 to 5 is a prison. Swear I got me a fucking instead of giving.
not giving into the system.
9 to 5 is a prison.
Swear I got me a vision, belly full of that chicken.
You know what? That's like the second or third lyric we've heard now. You saying you've got a vision, you've got like an end goal, you've got, you know, because you said that on you said that on 1 in a Million. Did you say that on Migraines as well? Like something we frequently hear from you anyway. Like saying that you've got the vision.
That like got me a vision is like another like throwback to Sunday Roast too, I guess. Like with the like, you know, swear I just had me a vision, and just like knowing that I mean, like I don't know exactly where I want to be, but I know that I want to be, you know, I know that I want to be my own boss, you know, at the end of the day. And that is kind of my vision, you know, and to be able to, you know, bring work to other people as well. And like, I'm able to do that with this music shit. So that's like part of it that I love, you know, it's a hard part of it, but it's part of it that I love.
Like it's a long way to go. It's a difficult goal to reach, but you're enjoying the process of it. It's hard work, but you enjoy that process.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Put some sauce on my shit and tell them my team is winning. Tell them belly full of that chicken. Put some sauce on my shit and tell them my team is winning. Tell them all up your gang, shit, these racks are clean. I might sit back and lean, earning while I'm catching Z's, piling up a stack of peas. They know I'm about my greens, and we be flipping hoodies like it's E, so up your Louis V.
Yeah.
Up your empty Birkin bag. I got racks in my
Empty Birkin bag, you know what I mean? Like you bought it, but you got nothing.
You know what, it's mad. All right, so on my album, on a track with an Aussie feature artist, I won't say who yet. I literally say something to do with a Birkin bag. So we're on the same page here. Yeah. Fuck your Birkin bag, like fuck. Yeah. We're on the same vibe there.
It's like it's E, so up your Louis V. Yeah, up your empty Birkin bag. I got racks in my
One more time.
so up your Louis V. Yeah, up your empty Birkin bag. I got racks in my Nike pockets. Just trying to be honest, you falling back while I'm flying.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Fuck your designer shit. Fuck your bag that you got just to show. You ain't got nothing in there. You know what? I'm gonna rock my Nike tracksuit. I'm gonna rock my No One Network gear. And you know what? I'm gonna have racks in there. Yeah, how about that, big man? Yeah, I like that.
Bag. I got racks in my Nike pockets. Just trying to be honest, you falling back while I'm flying rockets, riding past the comets, reaching for stars. Who would have thought we'd make it here from kicking beats in the park?
Few people saying this is their favorite track of the EP so far. Okay.
Wasting life away. Mama told me just do the work, get paid. But what if this work take over my brain?
Just work and keep working and keep grinding. But what if this becomes? Is it like what if this becomes too much? What if this like swallows me whole kind of thing? Or
like it's more like am I working to live or am I living to work? Like people work their whole life to get money to buy shit that they might not really need, but when they die, what did they do with their whole life? You know what I mean? Like, so I guess like for me, like I always had the idea that like I should love my job, you know, because you know what they say, like you love your job, you never work a day in your life. And I've worked a lot of jobs with a lot of like older people at the place that been there for 30 years. And they're the type of people where on Monday morning you come in and you're like, hey, like, how you doing? And they're like, well, I'm here. And I'm like, fuck, bro. That is so depressing. But that's like common. That's like, that is working culture. You know what I mean? And like, not like it's hard. Like it's hard to find something you love and turn it into a job. But like, 100%. I'm fucking hell bent on it. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So that's kind of, that's the sentiment there. And also like with that section there, it's like, you know, that's not something a parent wants to hear. You tell your parents like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a musician. Like 99% of parents are gonna be like, how's that gonna work? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the thing where it's like, mama told me just do the work, get paid. But what if this work takes over my brain? You know what I mean? Because you know, like a lot of people would be able to resonate with that, like doing a 9 to 5 working so someone else can get rich gets to you, you know?
And I guess that comes from a lot of parents because, you know, they had to work 9 to 5s and work overtime and whatnot to just keep the lights on, you know, just to keep a roof over your head. And some people in certain situations, you know, just doing everything they can just to get by. And so, you know, the thought of what you're going to do this in your spare time and you want to make that your full-time thing, and it's gonna, you know what I mean, for some people I'm sure that's difficult to comprehend, like, wait, there's actually money in this, or wait, you can actually do that, like the YouTube thing, like what, that's actually a full-time thing. And it's like, yeah, it's a legit job now to be a TikTok star. Like, I know, and it sounds mad to, you know, a generation that is foreign to, but it is actually a thing. So yeah, that kind of acceptance of something new, a new way of doing something.
Yeah, and on top of that as well, that's like no disrespect to people who are working a 9 to 5, because some people honestly don't have the option to look for something else.
100%.
Especially people supporting a family or something like that. Like, that's mad respect. But I guess, like, on top of that, you just gotta, I guess the main thing for me is that money is not the destination. Money is the vessel. Like, money is the car that gets you where you want to go. But if your goal is money, like, once you get all the money, where do
you go from there? Yeah. You know, like, growing up, like, my dad was a dustman. He collected bins for a living. So it made me appreciate shitty jobs. People are like, oh, your dad collects bins for a living. And he was actually on more money than my mum, who was a paramedic. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and she worked longer hours and everything. And so when people, like, laugh at people working in, like, McDonald's or something, I'm like, I have the utmost respect for people like that. One, to have the humility to go and work in a place that has that stigma of, oh, you're only working in fast food restaurants and shit. Like, one, to break that stigma and have the humility to go do that. 2, to go and do what you need to do. Yeah, I wouldn't advise going and working there for 25 plus years. But at the end of the day, if that's what you need to do for the next 2 years to get your money up and sort yourselves out and pay off debts and whatnot, nothing but respect for people who have to go and do that type of 9 to 5. You know?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
You know, and especially if you're on part of a journey, man. Not everyone has their own story, you know what I mean? Like, maybe someone didn't come straight out of college and got the perfect dream job that they landed in their career. Like, you know, sometimes people don't get that opportunity, and so they've got to do something else in the meantime. And yeah, I would always advise, right, try and get your shit up and try and do what you want to do ultimately. But if that's what you need to do short term to get by in the meantime, or if that's what you need to do now to just, you know, keep the lights on and whatnot, nothing but respect for it, man. But yeah, that's so, yeah. So again, layers to what you're saying. This is why I like when artists say something real, because you can have whole discussions based on like 1 or 2 lyrics. Love that.
Yeah.
What if this work take over my brain? I've been thinking night and day about whether we be wasting life away. Mama told me
Shout out
just
Tegan.
do the work, get paid. But what if this take over my brain? Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie, we ain't homies now. Who that? Remember when they didn't know me? Now they like, who that? Now my team do that. We hungry, where the food at? Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? Call me homie, we ain't homies now. Who that? Remember when they didn't know me? Now they like, who that? Now they like, who that? Who that? They like, who that? Who that? This got me in my feels and now I'm tripping off of that.
The who dat, or is that paying homage to Iggy Azalea? You know, an absolute Aussie great, you know. Someone who's an absolute legend in
Dog, absolutely not.
Who that? IGGY. Oh shit.
Now they're like, who that? Now they're like, who that? Who that? Like,
I can't unhear it now. I can't hear it.
This got me in my feels and now I'm tripping off of that potion. Trying to live me a long life, but I still can't stop that smoking. Maybe that's self-sabotage, still killing shit like an abattoir. If anything in my way, then I'ma bend the earth like I'm Avatar.
Only you could rhyme do a multi off of abattoir, Avatar.
For that potion, trying to live me a long life, but I still can't stop that smoking. Maybe that's self-sabotage, still killing shit like an abattoir. If anything in my way, then I'ma bend the earth like I'm Avatar. Gotta get rid of this iPhone, yeah, this screen time got me fucked up. Been working for years, but they all think a homie just lucked up. Yes, love, tough love, shit don't ever come easy. They all quick to be judging, but don't know about having to be me, having to be me. Back in the day, get the back of the geek selling CDs, burning tracks on my laptop, then we bring them to life in 3D.
And you said that about burning the CDs, Windows Media Player onto the discs, and yeah,
Bro.
Back in the day, get the back of the geeks selling CDs. Burning tracks on my laptop, then we bring them to life in 3D. Now I'm singing like Stevie. Catch me up on them TVs. Taking this shit from QLD to the world like I was the Bee Gees. I ain't doing it for freebies. If you wanna work, I'ma see me. I put the letters together and I'm making magic like I was a Ouija. Get it done, make it look.
Those runs, as you said, what your boy did. Yeah. What was your boy's name? The R&B singer?
Boy Soda.
Yeah,
Soda.
yeah, man. It adds. I know it's only here and there, and it's chopped in and whatnot, but it adds so much. Adds so much.
I put the letters together and I'm making magic like I was a Ouija. Get it done, make it look easy. Levels and levels, Luigi. But this ain't a game. What else can I say? Why you talking like you know me now? Who that? We ain't homies. Nah. Who that? They didn't know me. Now where my crew at? Now where my crew at? My crew at? Why you talking like you know me now?
I like the fact that you left the laugh in there, like that organic feel of like, yeah, I like that.
Who that? Call me homie, we ain't homies now. Who that? Remember when they didn't know me? Now they're like, who that? Now they're like, who that? Who that? They're like, who that? Who that?
Smooth. Breakdown. Bryson who? Chris Breezy who? Huh? Who that? Who that?
This bit at the end is him singing me happy birthday last year.
Oh shit.
Very funny, bro.
See, most man, when they go to the birthday party, they just sing happy birthday. Then there's always the one Donny that'll come through with the riffs and runs, try to steal your girl. What's this about, man? These man scare me. Coming through with your shades on indoors, wind me up.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, Tobias. Happy birthday to you, bitch.
No better way to end it. No better way to end it. Love that, man.
My fucking G, bro.
Love that,
He's
man.
a fresh cunt.
Yeah, people seem to love that. Yeah. This guy just typed happy birthday to you. He's hitting all sorts of riff and run in the chat. Mad. Question, and I don't want you to answer yet because we still got to get through. But to the people watching, what's their favorite track so far? So not the ones we haven't heard yet. The ones we have heard, which would have been Migraines, 1 in a Million, Baby Stop Running Your Mouth, and Who's That? Or Who That? Gotta see. I want to see what people say. And as we said that we're going to Missed Calls, which we have heard, which you said was the one that you did record on a laptop and then re-recorded it and everything like that. Like, what made you come around with the concept of this track, and what made you decide to do a video for this one as well?
So I think one morning just woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do some writing, and I hit Scaro, who produced Sunday Roast.
Yeah. He's like 17, ain't he? He's like a young buck.
Right, he's like 18 and he's like 7 foot tall. Cunt's massive.
Shout out Scaro, man.
Yeah, he's killer producer, man. I hit him for like a beat pack, and he sent me one like straight away, and this was the first beat I opened and like straight away just started riffing on it. And then yeah, I opened the beat, I was like, yeah, that's the one. Boom. Recorded the hook on my laptop speaker. I had a story up about it back then, and some people saw that shit. And then yeah, like once I had the hook recorded, wrote all the verses, went straight to the studio, banged it out. I think I came back the next day to put all the backup vocals in,
right?
The ones that are in the outro and the intro. That's all me. I just pitch shifted my voice so it was like higher, so it sounded like a chick. In some of the bits. But yeah, I guess like this one's pretty similar to like the rest of the theme. It's just like picking who I spend my time with, you know. And I think like the reason I wanted to do a video for this one was, first of all, like the director that did that video was really fucking with this track. And it was like an ambitious one for me because it was like the first one with some proper singing, but at the same time, like I feel like I backed it up with like real heavy hitting verses. So that's why I wanted to do a clip for it. And then yeah, the the director just had like a crazy ass concept that he wanted to pull off. So we were just like, yeah, let's run it. Hey,
yeah, man. And it was interesting watching the behind the scenes video that you put up of this as well. Like it looked like you had so much going on. Like it looked like you had fun doing it as well.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Although I had food poisoning like just before we had to shoot. And it was the first time I ever got food poisoning. I didn't realize how bad that shit is. Like normally I've got like an iron stomach, but I had like a bad breakfast burrito, and that shit fucked me up for like 12 hours. And then I had to film this, so like, yeah, I lost like 5 kilos just before this shit dropped. Like just before we filmed this shit. And I remember like, towards the end when I had to lie in that like vac sealed bag, I was like so close to like puking. It was nuts.
Yeah, that would have been an outtake and a half seeing that, but you know. Yeah, man, because it's nuts, like with all the makeup and everything, and anyone who hasn't seen it will see it now. But yeah, man, this video is sick. And one of my favorite tracks from you as well. Can't lie, one of my favorite tracks from you.
Thank you.
I could change your life, but why would I bother? Got a million things to do and missed calls from my mother. You are not my sister, you are not my brother. When it heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter. I could change your life, but why would I bother? Got a million.
And I like it because at the start of this video, you don't see like the robotic. Like the synth kind of thing, yeah, you do. It's quite hidden.
You are not my sister, you are not my brother. When it heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter.
We don't do this for no reason. My team come together, we make plans, and then we act to get cheesy. We quick up the stack, then we leave it. 110 from dawn down to evening. If one of us eats, then we eating. Got no time for fuckery, you leave that shit at the door when we in a meeting. Since young days had a grown mentality, trying to pay my own damn salary. Never say yes to a yes man, say it with chest man. You can let it go with a flattery. She wanna
never say yes to a yes man. I love that.
My own damn salary, never say yes to a yes man, say it with chest man. You can let it go with a flattery. She wanna be like Mickey and Mallory, but she don't.
It looks like you just got a shit ton of B-roll footage as well. I presume there was just a camera always running, or was these all scripted like events as part of like the story?
It's actually all like pretty much scripted, like events. Like there is like somewhat of a theme, you know, like the concept is kind of like cyberpunk, like post-apocalyptic shit. And I don't know like if you can pick it up straight away, but for anyone watching, I guess it'll make more sense if I explain it. But like the idea behind it is that it's like in like a futuristic sort of fucked up world.
That future dystopian shit, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been like captured by a sort of like higher class of people, and I've been vac sealed in this bag, and they're using my brain to create pop music and send it out to people. And then I get broken out by No One Network because they're like, fuck this shit, we're gonna keep running the underground shit.
So it's that is it that commentary on, we'll just say, bigger corporations and higher ups, you know, just trying to turn you into a machine and trying to just drain you for all the life out of you, and you know, and then once they're done with you, they'll just throw you away kind of thing. And so
yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. And like I guess like the main thing is like I don't have to do that because I have like No One Network and all the people around me that can help and they give me leverage, you know. Like if I want merch done, I hit them up. If I want like this, that, like if I want, you know what I mean, like all the people in this video, all the people that help make this video are like affiliated, you know. So yeah,
and that's the team, man. And that's what you're literally saying in the verses, you know. It's kind of just like, no, we're not doing this for no one else but ourselves. My team, we raise our stacks, we raise our team, we, you know, we big up our people. We're not doing it for we're not putting money in nobody else's pocket unless it's, you know, absolutely necessary. Shout out Talakai. I heard Nerve smells like rainbows and sunflowers, apparently. That's what Tala's saying. That's Tala's about, you know.
To a yes man, say it with chest man. You can let it go with a flattery. She wanna be like Mickey and Mallory, but she don't love me, that's a fallacy. I ain't no plug, don't call my line. You get left on red, don't drain my battery.
I could change your life, but why would I bother? Got a million things to do and miss calls from my mother.
So sick.
You are not my sister, you are not my brother. When it
to get that kind of that line that you got, did you have to put like a skin like mask thing on, or what was it?
Yeah, it was like it was like some prosthetics shit we got made, and I had to get it like put on so it looked like it was under my skin.
Yeah.
And then like painted like metallic. Yeah. And then there's like some special effects over the top and shit too.
Yeah, man, it looks so sick.
Heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter. I could change your life, but why would I bother? Got a million things to do and missed calls from my mother. You ain't not my sister, you ain't not my brother. When it heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter.
From day one, mama said trust no one. Whole crew wanna glow up, they already know, son.
So you started both the hooks the same way and then flipped it differently, right?
Yeah,
From
kind
day
of.
one, mama said trust no one. Yeah. Shout out Golly.
That boy want a piece of the pie, but when we on grind won't show up. Half step on my time, get no love. Eye for an eye, get my eyes on the throne, son. Came in the spot with that he said, she said shit. That's how I knew boy wasn't grown up. Huh, but it is what it is. Nothing bad shit, but I live with a kid. The same ones that be up when you're down are the same ones trying to talk shit when you win. Old mate jealous, I DM his chick. Trying to say that
kid is a bitch.
I know they hating, but they gon' be all on my Johnson. Just wait till I got hits. Like
Adele,
no Louis,
Louis.
ain't no Chanel.
Yeah.
Just no one network, same side ACG with shocks in a belt. I do.
So in the video now, I'm getting the vibe of this is them planning and getting ready to break you out and help you escape kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much, that's
Me and I'm
the vibe.
doing it well. You ain't doing you do somebody else.
I love that lyric when I first heard that. I'm doing me and I'm doing it well. You doing someone else, and you know what I mean, you're just trying to be someone else. I'm just doing me and I'm good at being organically myself.
ACG with shocks in a belt. I do me and I'm doing it well. You ain't doing you do somebody else. Reaching for heaven but running through hell. Reaching for heaven but running through hell.
I could change your life, but why would I?
It's so sick. How did you get all of like the ink to leak out? Was it like a little capsule that you had to like pop and then like literally start recording, or?
It was a crazy set. Like in between every take, I had to get like a makeup artist to come and like squirt a bunch of shit in my ear and my mouth and shit.
Yeah.
It was fucking guys.
Yeah, man, it's so hard.
I bother, got a million things to do and missed calls from my mother. You ain't
And it's like you're turned more robotic now as well with the way you're walking and everything like that. It's like, you know, you're nearly completely consumed by the machine. You're completely consumed by the thing, and then as you said, you're broken out at the
my
end.
sister, you ain't not my brother. When it heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter. I could change your life, but why would I bother? Got a million things to do and miss calls from my mother. You ain't not my sister, you ain't not my brother. When it heats up, no, you gon' melt like butter.
That text just is Matrix vibes.
You see how many people have
Yeah,
get
man.
involved.
100%. And shout out to everyone who's a part of it, you know what I mean? It shows that even if you're independent, that doesn't necessarily mean you do everything by yourself. Like, there are plenty of people that can have a hand and play their part in helping you bring your project to life. You know, I think people confuse being independent to being like having no management and no team around you to help you with stuff. Like, no, you can be independent and have a regular team that you work with.
Sorry, I'm just plugging in my phone charger,
Go for it, man. Go for it.
But yeah, go, man.
Yeah, man. Such a sick video. All right, Walker Talk Part 4. Oh, Nox.
Hey.
Shout out Nox. First and foremost, shout out Nox, man. He's a cold fucking artist, man. I love him. I think he's so sick, man. How did this one come about then? How did you link up with Nox?
Oh yeah, so I got a good story about this. I had I was like real close to a deadline, and I knew that I had to finish this track. Me and Nox have been talking for probably 6 months about doing something, but he's a busy man, I'm a busy man, you know. We hadn't met in person yet, and it was kind of just like, yeah, like, you know, we'd hype each other up and shit and be like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but you know how it is, like, you get caught up with shit, and until you see them, you know, it's not really gonna happen. So I knew I had to write this song, and I got up in the morning and I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna make the hardest beat ever, and then I'm gonna write some fucking sick shit to it, and that's what's gonna happen, no doubt. Let's go. So I did that, made the beat, sweet, wrote all the lyrics, probably took about 2-3 hours all up, and when it was fresh in my head, I was like, I'm done. I've written everything I want to write. I've ended it on a good note, but it's not long enough. Like it's not done. It doesn't feel done.
Yeah.
So I messaged Knox, and I knew because like, yeah, message him, whatever. I want you to get on the track. It's like, that's not direct enough for me. So I just messaged him and I was like, call me, bro. Like, call me right now.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I wanted that sense of urgency. I was like, call me right now. And he's like, oh, okay. Call me off like his mate's phone or something. I think he was with one of his homies. And I was just like, hey, I was just like, listen to this. So I chucked the beat on and just rapped my whole shit, like straight after I'd written the last word. I like rapped the whole song to him.
Yeah.
And the mate that he was with was actually like a fan, so he was freaking the fuck out because he just got like a live performance.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just like rapped the whole thing to him, and I was like, I want you to come in there, and I want you to do that, and this is going to be Walk and Talk 4. And he was just like, fuck. And I was like, I know he can't say. And then I was like, oh yeah, and I need the verse by tomorrow. So I was like, I really fucking put it on him, eh?
Yeah.
But like I knew that like hearing that shit live, like we hadn't spoken over the phone or anything yet, and I was just like, boom, like this is gonna hype him up. So he just like smashed it, got the verse back to me, and then I just like, you know, cleaned it up, did the rest of the production and whatever, and then boom, Walk and Talk 4. And then we shot the video like literally like a week ago. Yeah, we shot the video, and the best part about this video, I don't know, have you seen it yet?
No, this will be my first time reacting.
Okay, well, I'll talk about I got some stuff that I can talk about like at the end of the video then.
Okay.
But yeah, run it up.
All right, let's do it, man. Walkie talkies. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing all sorts of comments here. Yeah, shout out to everyone who's still in the chat. How many people have we got in here? I ain't even looked at how many people we got in here. We have just over 100 people in here, man. Shout out to everyone who's a part of it.
Shit.
Shout out to everyone who's been tuned in from the start. And if you've just joined, relax, kick back, have a good time. Appreciate everyone sticking by. So Poppy season.
That's the merch.
That's the merch.
Tell them, don't get phased, get your money up. You wanna get this A grade, better study up.
Right.
Couple honeys wanting to cut me, wanna get lovey-dovey, but I'm not the one. I got a lot of dates coming up, so we off the plane to the venue, light it up. Crowd are waving their iPhones and light it up. Couple local homies got the plug and line it up.
That's sweet.
After party, we get a buzz and we like the bud. If you know me, know I ain't got time to
808s,
Couple honeys
808s.
wanting to cut me, wanna get lovey-dovey, but I'm not the one. I got a lot of dates coming up, so we off the plane to the venue, light it up. Crowd are waving their iPhones and light it up. Couple local homies got the plug and line it up. After party, we get a buzz and we like the bud. If you know me, know I ain't got time for fluff in the chat. I got sisters in the club and I got bros doing trap.
Yeah.
Yap about it just to get some love on the track.
Listen, I know some people, but I don't have to talk about on a track every other second just to get some love and some clout for you, man.
I got
Yeah.
sisters in the club and I got bros doing trap.
Right.
Yap about it just to get some love on the track. You're snitching on yourself and your homies to fuck up with that. Yep.
No further comment.
But I don't yap about it just to get some love on the track. You're snitching on yourself and your homies to fuck up with that. Yeah, I can keep it old school or I can make the shit slap.
Yeah.
I can sing some R&B shit if you fucking with that.
Hey, back with it again, cuz.
Bryson, who? Chris
What's
Breezy,
up?
who?
What's up?
Usher, who? Listen,
Yeah, I can keep it old school or I can make
make
the
it a
shit
slap.
I can sing some R&B shit if you fucking with that.
All right.
6 million ways to flex, done enough of them facts, but one thing I never done is give you sign as wax. Some other
Listen,
they know.
I can do this, I can do that, but at the end of the day, I ain't giving nothing that you ain't gonna fuck with at the end of the day.
6 million ways to flex, done enough of them facts, but one thing I never done is give you sign as wax. Some other brothers rapping just about as dumb as they act. Money, I got money, something about raps. I'm a rental brother, you be running about, and that Gucci cap and knockoff, I can tell from the strap.
Yeah.
Super black fit with them shocks on my feet. I ain't chasing no trend, I make the trend chase me. White boy, killer boys, calling me JT, bringing sexy.
Justin, who? Timberlake, who?
Yeah, putting on for the white boys, bro.
Chasing no trend, I make the trend chase me. White boy, killer boys, calling me JT, bringing sexy back. They know what it is, baby.
Yeah.
Putting money in my duffel, then I'ma run it. I'ma divide, multiply, bring it back in the summit. I've been running up all these numbers till I'm up in the summer, trying to get above it, but they just wanna see it, bro. Plummet the way I lay pipe.
Cold flow, man.
Putting money in my duffel, then I'ma run it. I'ma divide, multiply, bring it back in the summit. I've been running up all these numbers till Still I'm up in the
Son,
sun
it-
trying to get above it, but they just want to see it, bro, plummet the way I lay pipe. You would think I was a plumber, but I ain't hitting that unless a conversation 100. I need that mental stimulation to get me vacant, and shorty got some rhythm, cause she bounces to my beats like a drummer. I need me a getaway, Bahamas or the Gold Coast, Rari or the Volvo. I can't have it
Nice
all,
flow
though. I
switch.
just want a little stack, just a little more though. Wanna watch my team win? While we
I just want a little stat, just a little more that I like.
I can't have it all though.
Oh shit, what we got?
Just want a little stack, just a little more though. Wanna watch my team win? While we out on tour, bro, you can never
Smack getting another cameo appearance as always. It's not a Nerve video, it's not a No One Network video without Smack making an appearance.
be in a boss. I can sing some R&B shit and make the bass drop. I can run a ring around a rapper while I'm running backwards, and I go ahead and make a beat that melt your face off. Oh my god.
Where was this filmed?
So, the start of it is filmed in a venue in Brisbane called Black Bear Lodge, and that's the first place I ever sold out a show on my first ever tour.
Shout out to Black
And
Bear
then-
Lodge.
Then I come down the back exit, and this is Kick On's bar, which is my homie runs it, and that's where we had the release party. So, and then also Golly hooked up the entire fit out of the painting on the inside. So he got all the artists that he did collabs on the t-shirts with to paint this whole venue. So they got No One like up on the walls and shit everywhere. So that's why it all just like comes together so nicely.
Okay. And as you said,
Yeah.
where you was doing this in such a short time frame, I guess this was like a mad rush to get this done.
Yeah, I was like, the day before this, I just put up a thing on Insta. I just made a group chat. I was like, yo, we're filming a music video tomorrow at this bar. Come through. And like 30 or so people came through, and we just ran it. This was the second take. And it goes, you know, it was like mish. Like so much shit happens in this that's all like, you know, one take. And this was pretty much like straight off the bat.
Yeah, man, that's sick.
I ain't trying to be cocky, but I'm right, bro. The world's a dark place, I'm trying to be the light, though. Cause I got love for my fam and my fans and the people that understand the plans we be planning. Cause this life, it can be so demanding. Standing under the man when I don't understand it. These politicians are sham scamming us in their mansions, protected by the law, so they got the upper advantage. That place, I'm trying to be the
Like
light,
that.
though. Cause I got love for my fam and my fans and the people that understand the plans we be planning. Cause this life, it can be so demanding. Standing under the man when I don't understand it. These politicians are sham scamming us in their mansions, protected by the law, so they got the upper advantage. It's my side or theirs. Where the fuck are you standing? I ain't no conspiracist, I'm just trying to be candid. Every woman and man got the world in their hands, and if we band together, then maybe we'll get some answers. It's my side or theirs. Where the fuck?
It's like you're saying real shit, but it's just sounding hard, you know, like that. But you're like speaking on the political climate, like, you know what I mean? Like mad long conversations to be had, but
Got the world in their hands, and if we band together, then maybe we'll get some answers. It's my side or theirs. Where the fuck are you standing? I ain't no conspiracist, I'm just trying to be candid. Every woman and man got the world in their hands,
No.
and if we band together, then maybe we'll
nice. I like the slow down to transition it. So you had about it just over 2 minutes long then, and then that's when you felt like it was too short.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this where Nox come in. Okay. Wait, so just to be clear, how long did Nox have to write his verse and do this, lay it down and record it here? Or record
He
it
had
in
like a day and a half.
day and a half? Okay.
woman and man got the world in their hands, and if we band together, then maybe we'll
Good, my bar.
Everything I touch is a trap.
Card A.
Oh,
Straight off
intro
the
line.
bat.
I here's Mr. Everything I Turned.
hands, and if we band together, then maybe we'll
It's Mr.
Everything I Turn is a track.
Mr. Everything I spit is a fact.
Ah.
If the world turns on me, they get a shot of the back like Ninja Turtles, but fuck spinning their love for a rap. Born and died,
The Ninja Turtles got no love for
they get a shot of the back like Ninja Turtles, but fuck spinning their love for a rap. Born and died legend, that's why they never forget it. If I say I'ma get him, turn the shit to Armageddon. No
Right.
one's a backpedal. If I said it, then I said it like we in the pandemic, the way everybody can get it. Grab it.
Yeah, we're in a pandemic. Everybody can get it, right?
To backpedal, if I said it, then I said it like we in the pandemic, the way everybody can get it. Grab
Ah.
the rapper by the neck, like I beg your pardon. Try to come around the forest, bro, I leave him in the garden. Team always 300, like we all born spotted. Then when I play for the net, like they all James Harden.
Right.
They're scared cause I already just
Basketball
started.
boss.
That's where there's too many rappers and not enough artists. Fuck.
Kinda like that lyric still. I kinda like that lyric still.
Retarded. They're scared cause I already
right.
just started. I swear there's too
many
many
rappers.
rappers and not enough artists.
This is something I've preached about too much, man. And I use you as an example. I normally use you as an example. There is a difference between somebody who can just write rap and then somebody who can spearhead their own lane, be their own person, not just take a beat and just rap a verse that sounds like somebody else. Near enough anyone can rap. Near enough anyone can rap, but not everyone can be an artist. That's the way I see it. If you listen to hip hop and you know a rapper's verse and you like a song and you can spit those lyrics back, that you can technically come under the umbrella of a rapper, as easy and as light as that. But the entry point to being an artist requires a lot more, in my opinion. Yeah, I really fuck with that.
They're scared cause I only just started. I swear there's too many rappers and not enough
artists.
If you're not a friend, then you're a target. Mess with me, you get left in a box or in a car. Bro, if we get a on a build and a showtime, lead the building shook, get the bag, then it's home time. If you call us mate the vouch, then they both fly. If you call us mate and it comes, then they both die. See, that's the difference with us. We earned everything we got and never had any luck. Try and come out for me, everyone gets stuck. I call my Doko Giannis, he do anything for the bucks. They just lie and lie again. They always wanna try me, we'll tell them try again. When they bucks, they just lie and lie again. They always wanna try me, we'll tell them try again. Whenever shit went down, I stood by my men. Poodles also in the club and he denied his friends. Why? Is when I like them buzzing. Wrong or right, but I stand by my cousin. I already hate all the music that they got coming. Saying this hit different, motherfucker, no it doesn't, bro.
Simple but effective, right? That was fucked off.
He said, listen. He said, you saying this shit hit different? It's just the same. It doesn't hit different. It hits the same like every other motherfucker. It barely even hits. You ain't even connecting. Love that. Nah. 1 minute. Let's just pull back Nox. Full stop, man. Wind me up, man. Wind me up.
Where the fuck you standing? I ain't no conspiracist, I'm just trying to be candid. Every woman and man got the world in their hands, and if we band together, then maybe we'll
Everything I touch is a track.
Everything I spit is a fact.
What?
The world turns on me. They get a show
Still in the back.
Like Ninja Turtles, but fuck spinning her love for a rap. Legend, that's why they never forget. If I say I'ma get them, turn the shit to Armageddon. No one's a backpedal. If I said it, then I said it like we in the pandemic. The way everybody can get it. Grab a rapper by the neck, like I beg your pardon. Try to come around the forest, bro, I leave them in the garden. Team always 300, like we all born spotted. They wanna play for the net, like they all James Harden. Forever retarded. They're scared cause I only just started. I swear there's too many rappers and
not enough artists.
If you're not a friend, then you're a target. Mess with me, you get left in a box or in a car. If we getting booked on a build and a showtime, lead the building shook, get the bag, then it's home time. If you call us mate the vouch, then they both fly. If you call us mate and he comes, then they both die. See, that's the difference with us. We earned everything we got and never had any luck. Try and come out for me, everyone gets stuck. I call my Doko Giannis, he do anything for the bucks. They just lie and lie again. They always wanna try me, we'll tell them
try again.
Whenever shit went down, I stood by my men. Poodles also in the club and he denied his friends. Why? Is when I like them buzzing. Wrong or right, but I stand by my cousin. I already hate all the music that they got coming. Saying this hit different, motherfucker, no it doesn't, bro. Listen, somebody tell them I'm in it. Fuck isolation, I've been on my own for a minute. They tripping or sipping if they think they competition. No one beat me with the mic, man, so I'm Scottie Pippen, bro. It's Mr. Get the bag and leave. Rock up casually, leave nothing but casualties, I swear. None of these rappers can handle me. Never knocks from the B&E, but free the team, man.
Nerve, I've got a hot take.
You got a hot take.
Nox bodied you on your own walk and talk.
Oh,
Nox bodied you on your own walk. I can't lie, man. You had a solid verse, but Nox just
it was hard.
Bodied
That's
it,
why
man.
I hit him up for it, bro. That's why I hit him up
Oh
for it,
man, yeah. You know what? Because you come in, and I'll be honest with you. When it said feature Nox, I'm like, okay, Nox is cold, yeah, but can he swing with Nerve like that? Can he? I can't lie, Nerve. Can you swing with Nerve? No, I'm anyway. But you know what I mean. No, honestly, yeah, I can't lie. This, yeah.
But like, I reckon he came through, because like, fucking, and also as well, like, part of the reason I was excited to drop this shit is because we're both from Brisbane, but I feel like we're from complete opposite sides of the scene as well. So like, a lot of people that know me don't know Nox. A lot of people that know Nox don't know me. You know what I mean? So it's like good cross promotion. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I fuck with Nox's music. I fuck with his versatility as well. Like, bro can sing as well. You know, so yeah, I'm just stoked that it's a track that exists. You know what I mean?
Nah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I like how, you know what I mean, just at that transition point, you hear the different, even in the accent alone. You know what I mean? And just how you're pronouncing certain words and things. And I want to see... I want to think about how I word this. I want to see more collaborations between the new Polynesian artists and like the white artists that you know have been established for years, kind of thing. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know how to word that properly, but I want to see more collaborations with this newer generation coming through and the generation previous, because you are the previous generation now. Like, it's still very relevant to today, but you know what I mean? You've been established for a while now, whereas Nox is someone who's a lot newer. I want to see more of these type of collaborations. I think it could be so sick, because in my personal opinion, it feels quite divided, those two generations. It feels very divided between like the Nerve, Chilling It, Wombats, etc., Huskies, AJs, and whatnot. And then the newer artists that you've got, you know, the 1-4, HP Boys, Shelly's, Nox, Lisi's, you know what I mean? Like, I know, like, that's why I like Lisi and Chilling It collabing together, because it was just like, yes, two different generations coming together. Nox and Nerve, yes, two different generations coming together, but still both very relevant. You know, you bring something slightly different, so I want to see more things like this. Yeah, this is one of the hardest ones, I can't lie. Can't lie, man. And then you said that was the second take.
Yeah, second take, yeah.
And is that, so that's is that just a bunch of people? When you said like the 30 odd people rocked up, like when you just said, yeah, we're filming a video, is that like all the people who just turned up for the shoot? Like,
yeah, pretty much, like just real last minute, like everyone pulled up, and yeah, they're all the homies too, you know.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone. It's sick just seeing a bag of meat people walking through, like. Yeah, the boys.
And then you got a couple of models here.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, he's the brother from he was in the Missed Calls video, right?
Yeah, that's the homie Nemi, yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out. Nice little breakdown at the ends. No One Network. You know what? Smack's giving me ideas now.
Yes, these. Get it on.
There we go. We got the Nerve T, got the No One. Yeah, right, we're rocking now, much. Genuinely, I've got the one that was sent probably like a year ago now, just a black No One Network tee with like the umbrella microphone logo on the front. I've rocked that like I rock that on a regular basis, man. It's good quality tee as well. That's always important. It's always important to have a good quality hoodie or t-shirt. When you have merch, make sure it's good quality, because it makes the difference between someone wearing it once because they've bought it and wearing it on a regular basis because it's a nice fit as well. Always important.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's still here. Shout out to everyone who's still part of it. We're 6. Well, this is now track 7, but we've done 6 out of 8 so far. So we got Love No One and then the bonus track Tall Poppies Never Die. So back to 2 audio tracks, but still neither of them have I heard yet. What are people saying? Be prepared for Love No One. It'll pump you the fuck up. Okay. I'm surprised I got this much energy. I can't lie. I'm just ever so not hungover, but yeah, feeling fragile. We'll say that, but no, I'm feeling good, man. It's been good so far.
This will G you up. This will G you up.
All right. This is the boost we need for the back quarter. Someone said Chaz asked Nerve if he would collab with Lord Lance. Are you aware of who Lord Lance is?
Yeah, he just dropped a track with Nox as well. Uber Beef.
I'm yet to check that out, to be fair. I see him, and yeah, he's been doing this thing for a minute, man. We'll do a little Q&A right at the end. I'm sure Nerve won't mind. Buckle up. All right, that's Harrison's comment. Just buckle up. All right. So I have a feeling this is gonna be some energetic shit. Yeah. All right. I need to do my stretches because I can already tell what we're coming with here.
Turn them headphones up.
Okay. This is that mosh pit shit already, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is made for the live shows. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fuck your set. Just them ominous simps. I don't know.
You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is bips. And I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the clip. Nah, they can't hang. Man, what are you doing? Man, fuck your set.
Them ad-libs are so important, man, to fill those gaps. I'm loving that, yeah. Got one more time.
38 degrees in the club. Fucking sweating my tits off. Come up and ask me.
That reminds me of who am I thinking of? Shadow, when he did the Russell Coit track and he's like, I'm sweating my dot off in it. It reminds me of that. Like.
I came with no one.
Nah, they can't hang. Man, what are you doing? Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is bips. And I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the clip. Nah, they can't hang. Man, what are you doing?
What did you do?
Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is bips. Man, I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the clip. It's more than music.
Right.
More than a gang, more than a crew, they know we do this.
What's that high-pitched synth whistle sound? What's that?
I just love some spooky shit.
Yeah,
Some
man.
horror music.
It's more than
Yeah.
music. More than a gang, more than a crew, they know we do this. I know I don't fit in. What do you think that I'm stupid? Pretty boy got a brain on me and they know I use it. My team be low key, but we be making moves. Don't need a lie in a track to get these people to love me. The ones
Yeah.
who look up to a fake, that shit get ugly. I just want food, booty, peace, and maybe some money.
It's the only three things we need in life: food, booty, and money. It's the only three things we need.
And a couple of that shit get ugly. I just want food, booty, peace, and maybe some money. And a couple of honeys. I've been running across country. Trying to build these bricks up. My team got sicker, so we don't slip up. Well, they talk that big stuff. When you ain't on shit, me, I got hits on hits on hits on hits on hits on hits on. So trust no one, trust no one. I'm no one.
This is where it bubbles. Electric guitar rock vibes.
No one, trust no one. I'm no one. You're no one. We're no one. Love no one. Proud to be no one. No, they can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your.
Make sure the paramedics are on scene when we perform this live, please. Somebody needs to be first aid trained.
No they can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your.
That bit before as well, the love no one, trust no one. That bit reminds me of JME when he did "You're not serious." When I say serious, I mean serious. That reminds me of that thing, like that one-line flow.
No, they can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss.
Yeah,
All I hear is bips. Man, I can't trust
guitar
shit.
is nuts, bro.
Only roll
Yeah,
with no one
100%.
else, boy, that's the click. No, they can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is bips. Man, I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the click. That's the click. No, I ain't switching teams. Hate to say that I sold out. The fuck here is bips. Man, I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the click. That's the click. No, I ain't switching teams. Hate to say that I sold out. The fuck that even means? Why you looking at me?
I love that because you go from the electric guitar and then it switches, and then you've got like that Asian kind of, I don't know what.
Switching teams. Hate to say that I sold out. The fuck that even means?
That little thing in the
Why
back.
you looking at me? 100 degrees. Still cold as shit. That's why that drip keep coming in free.
Yeah.
Man, I got somewhere to be. Hell yeah, I'm taking a piss. What are you stupid? Swear they on CCTV shit the way they watching my movements.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one, and I know the best. Don't get it twisted. Ain't no gangsters on the internet.
Right.
No one, trust no one. I'm no one. You're
One more build up.
one. Takes one to know one. Is trust no.
It's a surprise switch though. It changes to jazz. Lo-fi hip hop and jazz. You see,
One trust no one, I'm no one, you're no one, we're no one, love
Yeah,
no one,
man.
proud to be no one. They can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is pips. Man, I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the click. No, they can't hang. Man, what do you do? Man, fuck your set. You ain't nobody, I'm taking a piss. All I hear is pips. Man, I can't trust shit. Only roll with no one else, boy, that's the click. That's the click.
No one is egg cartons in the
Hectic,
cupboard
man.
recording demos with a $50 mic at 17. No one is homemade CDs and cutting your own stickers up. No
Yeah.
one is DIY and supporting your local. No one is putting up your team when no one asked you to. No one is loyalty and respect. No one is longevity. No one focuses on the art, and the art is what we all love. No one is chasing your dreams when no one cares. No one is not a trend. No one is a lifestyle. No one is a homage to all those doing it proper without the lights. No one is to all the people who allow allowed us to be ourselves. No one is you, no one is us. No one is the people who believed before no one did.
No one
Boom.
did. Important message at the end there. That's that. Yeah, man. Shit. I want to meditate after that, man. Please tell me we take it down just half a notch for the ending. Please, please, please. Shit. You know what? And as well, to be fair, that is the track that I will probably least go back to on the project, for the simple fact of that will be most enjoyed in a live setting. In your headphones, so you know, first thing in the morning you might not want to listen to, but you know what, when it's at the live show, it's probably going to be the bit that you remember when it just absolutely popped off, so it has a different type of purpose. I say this often with tracks like this. Me in my room with my headphones on is not the ideal place to listen to it. Yeah, of course you can, and yeah, of course you can appreciate it, but the ideal setting for that is probably live at the show. I mean, go buy your tickets now. What can I say? If that ain't the reason to go buy the tickets, then what can I say? But yeah, whereas you have tracks like Baby Shut Your Mouth, and that's more of the right. I need to sit down, listen, and that's where I want to take it in by myself. So yeah, I like it. That's that versatility coming in. That's that. We got something for everyone. We got that something that caters to different situations. I like that. Yeah. So yeah, coming into the last track, Tall Poppies Never Die. But it says bonus. Did you mean to have this on, or was it like, yeah? Why is it a bonus track?
I added this way late in the piece, because I thought I was only allowed to have a certain number of tracks on the EP.
Right.
And I wrote this after I submitted all the final masters, because I was like going through some shit. I went to do a studio session with Jay Orient, who produces a lot of JK47 stuff. Yeah. And I was like feeling a way about a lot of shit, pretty depressed. And I was like, man, like I got to go see Jay and just like let it out. Hey, so I went and saw him, and we whipped this up in like 3 or 4 hours. And then like I walked out of there feeling like a whole world better than how I walked in, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this one's really like some therapy, and also a throwback to some boom bap steez that a lot of people have been asking for a long time, you know? And when I found out, like when I showed it to the homies, they were like, bro, this should be on the EP. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can chuck it on. So I checked with, you know, the team, and they were like, nah, you can chuck it on as a bonus. So that's what I did. And yeah, I think this one's for people that have been riding with it for a long time, because I know a lot of people want to hear more old school beats as well. So I'm trying to cover every sort of style on the EP, and that's why this is going on there. And also it's a lot yeah, it's pretty serious content on this one, you know. Okay. So it's a good note to end on for me, you know. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we do turn it down. And you said that it's boom bap, because am I right in saying like a lot of your earlier stuff was on boom bap beats, things like Coffee and tracks like that?
Yeah, 100%. Like that's how I learned. That's what I grew up on, in terms of hip hop, you know. So it's good to come back to it as well.
Because am I right in saying you had like the boom bap stuff, then you had like the grime period with like and then you had like the EP with Wombat and things like that, and then kind of transitioned into this newer sound that you've had for the last couple years where you've been more experimental? Is that like a fair statement of kind of like 3 different phases of you so far, could you say?
Yeah, I reckon like the boom bap stuff is what taught me how to do what I do, and that's kind of how I like cut my teeth, so to speak, you know. And then grime kind of opened my mind to newer school sounds, and then now it's kind of the mix of all the stuff I've learned from both of those. I've created my own style and my own lane that's kind of just whatever I dream up, you know. So
and you made the analogy earlier to flowers, but kind of that constant feeling of growth, that constant feeling of progression.
Yeah, so that's yeah, but always keeping it centered, you know, staying grounded as well. And I think that's like what this track's for as well. It's very raw. Like it's pretty sure there's like no ad libs. It's just all like just straight one vocal and shit. Real raw shit. Yeah.
Okay, man. Let's get into it. Bonus track. The outro at the EP.
Yeah, cause once you up, they gon' tear you down for the fuck of it. They think they know me, but homie, they don't know none of it.
Right.
Too much on my plate to be fussing about what others think. I'm trying to build a home with my family, this the mothership.
Wait. I'm trying to take in lyrics and production at the same time. Wait. My ears are trying to... I had a Kanye vibe from that, with the way you had like that distorted kind of synth coming.
Yeah. That's Jay Orient.
Yeah, cause once you up, they gon' tear you down for the fuck of it. They think they know me, but homie, they don't know none of it. Too much on my plate to be fussing about what others think. I'm trying to build a home with my family, this the mothership.
Sorry, I need to pause again. I like also the fact that it didn't come in at the end of a 4 or 8 bar. It kind of just come in the middle, like 2 bars in, and it just started kicking in. It's like I weren't expecting there to be something new added in yet.
Once you up, they gon' tear you down for the fuck of it. They think they know me, but homie, they don't
That's
know
the
none of
second
it.
bar.
Too much on my plate to be fussing about what others
coming in
think.
now.
I'm trying to build a home with my family, this the mothership. And I'm not slowing down so they can kick rocks. You ain't ever gonna see me lose my shit, cause when I'm pissed off, I don't show it, I just show off. Every show I go on, shit up to 11, do my thing and they all go off. And I can feel the love when it's real, but I can tell when it's not. But I know I'll never feel
And that's the theme of this EP. It's like the difference between people really being there and really showing love to you versus people who are just there because they want to feed off of you or just be a part of something that they're not organically invested into.
And they all go off, and I can feel the love when it's real, but I can tell when it's not. But I know I'll never feel alone at the top, cause I got my people with me, keeping it 300. These leeches are barely reaching 50, and boy put angels on my shoulders, so I keep them with me. They're trying to drag my name through the dirt and the ground, but I'ma grow back into something profound. Ain't no fucking around, and I'ma elevate to my legacy all up in the clouds. I'll show these punters what I'm about. Right now I feel the pressure, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You only see the real ones when you're down. Right now I feel the pressure, gotta keep my head up, gotta push through the pain before you understand pleasure. Right now I feel the pressure, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You only see the real ones when you're down. Right now I feel the pressure, gotta keep my head up, gotta push through the pain before you understand pleasure. Right now I feel the world going bottom up.
So you're openly admitting to having pressure on you. You're openly saying like, I do hold and carry a lot of pressure with me.
Yeah, and also understanding that like you can't fully understand what it, like a lot of, you ever met someone in life that has been through some fucked shit and gotten through that shit? One thing that I've noticed about everyone that's gotten through some fucked up shit in their life is that they appreciate the little things because they know what it's like to be at the bottom. So they appreciate every little thing they have. And that's why you got these like, that's why rich kids get like fucking like, that's why the Jenners and like the Kylie, whatever, you know what I mean? All them Beverly Hills kids, that's why they're fucked up because they get everything to start with. They don't know what pain's like. And so they don't know how good pleasure is, you know what I mean? If you're born, flying in private jets and whatever the fuck, like you'll get pissed off at any little thing. But what I'm saying with that hook is like, you got to push through pain before you understand what pleasure is. Because if you've had 6 shit days in a row and then you wake up on the next day and it's not so shit, you're going to appreciate that and you're going to appreciate small things, and I think that's like a key thing in life is appreciating the small things, or else you get caught up in like all this bullshit going on around us. Like I wake up in the morning and I appreciate the fact that I'm in a safe place, I got a bed to sleep in, I got food to eat, like, and that shit keeps you grounded, and you don't get caught up on who's talking about what, who's singing who, fucking all that shit, so I think that's like a big theme with this track, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and going back to the thing you said of like people who have really gone through some shit, appreciating small things, like more time than not as well, people who have really been through stuff don't often talk about it, or it's not like they don't have to tell the world about it. People who have small problems in life often shout the loudest about it, versus people who have really gone through shit, as you say, because they appreciate the small things, they have no reason to complain over small things happening to them. I'll never forget in an old school I worked at, this kid was year 4, so he's like 8 to 9 years old, right? And I can't remember what led onto the conversation, but something happened and I was just like, oh, you're quite mature to not like complain about it or to not make a fuss about that. And he's like, my family moved here from Afghanistan 3 years ago. I seen my uncle get shot in the face. Why would I complain? And for that to come out of like a 9-year-old's mouth, like really hit me. Like I was like, shit, like raw.
Crazy shit.
That's mad. Like I can't complain. I don't know if it was the weather. I don't know if he fell. I can't remember if he fell over or what. I remember pulling him to a side though and went, oh, good on not making a fuss about that. That was very mature of you. I can't complain. My family moved here from Afghanistan and I seen my uncle get shot in the face. I can't complain about the weather or my elbow getting great, whatever it was. Like think, you know what I mean? And it's just an example of like, rah, yeah, people who have really seen some shit or people who have really gone through some stuff often don't always have to shout about it. And they'll appreciate them smaller things. So yeah, man.
Push through the pain before you understand pleasure. Right now, feel the pressure.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You only see the real ones when you're down. Right now, feel the pressure. Gotta keep my head up. Gotta push through the pain before you understand pleasure. Right now, I feel the world going bottom up.
Yeah.
I've been trying to build a wall to keep the demons from my soul, so now I got them up.
Right.
Don't know who I gotta trust. What sort of men are we supposed to be when all our leaders do is follow dollars? How they say don't bite the hand that be feeding the weak, but I'ma chew it off at the risk cause they feed us deceit. Big bang, little bang.
Did you just admit to cannibalism? What's this? Behave.
They be feeding the weak, but I'ma chew it off
Nah,
at the
bar,
risk cause
bar,
they feed us
honestly.
deceit. Big bang, little bang, all we need is some peace. The money ain't the destination, I ain't keeping receipts, but I ain't perfect. Nah, I'm just learning that the best servants come from elementary schools and churches. Like, is this really worth it? Say we love Mother Earth and we burn it just to put some numbers up inside our purses. No wonder our ears are burning. Fuck the pro quo, buying shit we can't afford for someone we don't know. Paper ties the rope, next minute you both choke. Wishing for the milli, baby, we sink in our own boat. Right now I feel the pressure. Heavy is the head.
1 minute.
Servants come
hard.
from elementary schools and churches. Like, is this really worth it? Say we love Mother Earth and we burn it just to put some numbers up inside our purses. No wonder our ears are burning. Fuck the pro quo, buying shit we can't afford for someone we don't know. Paper ties the rope, next minute you both choke.
Fuck your empty Birkin bag.
Wishing for the milli, baby, we sink in our own boat. Right now I feel the pressure. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You only see the real ones when you're down. Right now I feel the pressure. Gotta keep my head up, gotta push through the pain before you understand pleasure. Right now I feel the pressure. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You only see the real ones when you're down. Right now I feel the pressure. Gotta keep my head up, gotta push through the pain before you understand pleasure.
Round of a fucking applause. Round of applause. Tall Poppy season out right now. Shit. That felt like a conclusion as well to everything. That did feel like although it's an EP, it felt like it had a beginning, middle and end. Yeah, it had a beginning, middle and end. You know, it had structure to it. It had.
I'm losing y'all.
Oh, can you hear me? You hear me? You hear me? We working?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, got you. Your video's frozen for us, but I can hear you clear. Oh, there we go. We're working now. We're working.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, no, just saying. It feels like it has a beginning, middle, and end. You know, you have. For me, the beginning is migraines and 1 in a million. The middle is like from baby stop running your mouth to like missed calls and then walk and talk. Yeah, it does feel like it has structure, and it has what I've often talked about before, the roller coaster effect. You've not done 8 tracks of just you just talking a load of shit like the entire time, and although sometimes that can work, you know, difference between being a rapper and an MC to being an artist. You know, as you say, and that artistry shows here because you've got the highs and lows within here. You've got the different subgenres or elements of different genres completely outside of hip hop put into this. You've got elements of rock, elements of jazz, elements of like techno here. You know, you've got different things that all cultivate together, but it still has one identity. You as an artist still have an identity of what you bring to the table. Part of that identity is to expect the unexpected in some ways. I know that sounds like a contradiction. It's like we know to expect the unexpected, but that's part of what you bring to the table. If you did another EP in the next 6 months and brought it out, I guarantee it would still sound like Nerve, but sound different to the 8 tracks you've got here. Outside of maybe 1 or 2, like 1 in a million isn't far off of Sunday Roast, in my opinion. I mean, they are different, of course they are, but it brings that same kind of vibe. But that's what I'm saying in terms of you have that identity, you have that clear sound that it's easy to identify who you are. If I played a Nerve instrumental, you would know that's Nerve. or you would at least narrow it down to you being in that small group that's there. There's some artists where I could play a generic such and such beat, and you could call that an anyone type beat. If someone on YouTube starts making Nerve type beats, I guarantee it's quite different. So, you know what I mean? There's not many people you could put alongside that. As opposed to...
Yeah, I don't know what a Nerve type beat would sound like.
All your connections going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, your connection went. There you go. You're back. You said, don't know what a Nerve type beat sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I know what my beats sound like, but I don't know if someone could make like a Nerve type beat. I don't know what that would sound like. I remember one time this dude like jumped on my live stream and he's like, yo, I sold like 3 Nerve type beats this week. And I was like, the fuck? What does a Nerve
what does that beat sound like? Like, I don't know what. Yeah, but that's a good thing to have. I have on my wall Jon Bellion, right? For anyone who don't know who Jon Bellion is, he's like a pop artist, but he's not even making music at the moment. He's now just producing for literally the likes of Rihanna, Justin Bieber. Like, if you looked at like the UK top 50, at least like 10 of those tracks were produced by him, and they're normally near like the top as well. But it come from when he was making his own music back like 2016 and previous. The reason I fucked with it is because like, one, I'd watch his behind the scenes, like his making of videos, and you would watch him construct the beats, and he would normally 9 times out of 10 start with a drum loop, and he'd build it from there, and he'd make this music that's like pop, hip hop, jazz, fucking like EDM, like everything just slapped into one. And it's like, how the fuck does he do it? And I remember being like, I want to make a song like this, and I literally was like, Jon Bellion type beat, and I was like, what is a Jon Bellion type beat? And you listen to things and they're all just a mashup, and it's like no one can recreate the magic that he puts on a track. It's like, it's so different that no one can recreate it. And I think for you to have part of that in terms of what is a Nerve type beat, I think that's a sick thing. There is no one style or lane. Like, I absolutely love 1/4. But if you type in 1/4 type beat, you know it's going to be a drill beat. If you type in HP Boys, love HP Boys, you know it's going to be that poly, tropical, trap, whatever we're naming it, type beat. You know what you're kind of going to get with it. And so for you to be able to just do something so unique and original to yourself, that's sick. Like, do you feel like you're kind of creating your own style of a sound, if that makes sense? Like, could there one day be a Nerve type beat that's consistently, you know what to expect? Or do you think you'll forever be just constantly changing things now and keeping it fresh?
I don't know, like, I think it's one of the things where, like, maybe you could have a Nerve type beat that's reminiscent of one of the phases of my music, you know? But it'll probably change every year, you know what I mean? Like, I look up to artists that are like trailblazers and that bring like new sounds out, you know? Like, I'm not trying to get stuck in any box. I say this every time, you know? Like, I appreciate, especially with like this EP, especially the people are fucking with Baby Stop Running Your Mouth, because that was me taking a big risk, you know? But it makes me feel good because I'm like, yeah, my fans understand, or my listeners understand like where I'm coming from. And if they are willing to like open their ears to different styles because it's like me doing that, then that's all I want, you know? All I want is to be able to express myself as limitlessly as possible and have people understand where I'm coming from, you know? I feel real blessed that people are fucking with the EP on a whole. And when I ask people what their favorite track is, every time I get a different answer. And that's all I want. You know, I don't want there to be like one standout track. I want every track to be its own universe. And that was my goal from the start. And I think that I'm seeing that now, which is awesome. Yeah. You know?
100%. Shout out Kzu, just donated 5 dope stream. Chaz up, big up Nerve. Yeah, I love what you've done with this EP for the simple fact of what you said. You're not allowing yourself to be stuck in a box, you know? Like, if I look at like, so if I, bit of a hot take, but let's say my top 3 tracks from this, the fact that I'm even having to think this hard, it already says a lot. I'd say it is Baby Stop Running Your Mouth, Walk and Talk Part 4, and Missed Calls. Let's say they're my top 3 right now, right? But you take all 3 of those tracks, they're all different from each other. Like, and that's sick to be able. It's not like I've said 2 or 3 tracks that are all quite similar. I've said literally 3 tracks that are probably some of the most opposite. You know, I don't know. That's an interesting question, actually. I know you've said like people say a different answer. I just want to ask one more time now. Now that we did it halfway through, I want to do it at the end now. What is everybody's favorite track from the EP? Can you even pick one, or is it a case of nah? I don't know if I can pick it yet. I'm seeing some people already giving their ratings. I'm seeing a 8 out of 10. It's a banger from me. Somebody said a 9. Yeah, I'm not just saying this because you're here, man. It's genuinely like a 9 out of 10 project. It literally.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Like, man. Honestly, but because, like I said, the weakest, and it's a good track still. The weakest track is Love No One, in my opinion. But as I've already preferenced, that's because I'm not in the setting to take that in. You play all 8 of these tracks at a live show for the first time, I'd probably end up saying Baby Stop Running Your Mouth or Who's That is like the weakest, because that's the ones that, although could be sick live, you know what I mean? That's not with that in mind. But you know what I'm saying? And I think the fact that you can, if you change a variable within how you take this project in, can change what your outcome or what your final thoughts are on it, says a lot. Once again, I hate the word versatility because everyone says they're versatile, but yeah, I think it's just sick to see that there's such a variety on here. Who That, Missed Calls and Love No One are my top 3. Have 3 phase, Baby Stop Running Your Mouth, Walk and Talk 4, Who That. Literally, as I'm saying these are all different answers. Walk and Talk, Love No One. The outro, Tall Puppies Never Die, Migraines. Like, yeah, man, it's just sick to see people showing love. Like, do you feel like you are growing in terms of a following and a fan base?
What was the end of that, sorry?
Do you feel like you're growing, like your following, like your fan base? Do you feel like you are growing in terms of numbers and the people who are reaching out and showing love?
I feel like it's getting like deeper, like people are really understanding like what I'm about and like where I'm coming from, you know. I feel like every time like I have like those moments where I like fuck with people a bit and then I bring it back to the shit that they know me for, you know. And I feel like every time I do that, it widens the fan base out to, because I'm trying to make music for people from all walks of life, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not to say each song should appeal to everybody, but when it comes to a project, like I want anyone from any walk of life to be able to resonate with the stuff that I make, you know what I mean? Because me personally, I'm friends with people from all walks of life, you know? Yeah. I got homies that are academics that work in labs. I got homies that have never had a job in their life and got to push whatever they got to push to make money. I got homies that are like, you know, big in the LGBTQ community, you know what I mean? Like, I got homies from all these different walks of life, and that's just how I operate, and I think that's good for your mental health as well, and I'm trying to project that through my music. Like, when I go to a show, I want to see the people in my crowd be all different colors, all different genders, whatever, and I want to see them all getting along and having a good time. And like, since I've been opening up more with music, I've seen that too. Like, I made a Discord, and I've had people like interstate from each other become friends because of like bullshit memes we're all sending each other and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, people are making friends through that, and that's all I want to see. Like, it's all love at the end of the day, and like, I guess that's why I want it to feel like no matter what genre I'm hitting, you still get the message at the end of the day. And like, it's about that message, it's about that family, and just like love and respect for each other as humans at the end of the day, you know? So yeah, I feel like the fan base is growing, and I feel like it's growing outward, you know. And I think like I got a lot of fans that are like, fuck, like I see it on most of the comments on my videos, bro. They're like, fuck, why isn't this guy blown up? Why isn't this guy mainstream? Why isn't he huge? But I know, like, you got to grind. It's not overnight. I know, like, I'm just going to keep doing my thing, and I know all the day ones are going to ride with me, and maybe one day it'll all blow up overnight. But for now, I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And like, you know, I got faith in the process, you know, like, yeah, I'm just enjoying the journey right now.
100%. And even let's say right now, whatever numbers you're on in terms of following, social media, streams and everything, let's say they pause and just stayed at that forever. You know that you've had such an impact on people, as you're saying, bringing people together. We're all here because of music. We're all here because of hip hop in particular, right? And so to bring people together, and as you said, from different walks, you know, to be able to have the hood man that's come from absolutely nothing to the middle class kid who just enjoys this genre of music and be able to go, right, we enjoy the same shit and have conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that is amazing, you know? I'm sure there's a lot of people who have that, and even more so people like you that are able to bring different audiences in. I know that I managed to do that on a smaller scale with my content because, you know, 1 minute you're doing drill from West Sydney and the next thing you know, you got boom bap that was done in like 2000 from like Melbourne, you know what I mean? And it's just like raw, and you're bringing different audiences in, and then they're having their debates and they're having conversations, and I'm sure you get it even more so than me, people saying like raw, like I've this friend I met online, now we're genuinely like brethrens. Like I've even had someone say like, he said it was probably about a year ago, he said it now, but he said when you first started doing the Aussie reactions, like when it was all the body bag media stuff, I was at a bar and there was 2 girls talking, and me and my brethren went in and we overheard them talking about your content, and so that was like our entry point, and we started talking to these girls, and I got with one of them, and now we're literally like engaged like 2 years later, and I'm like, wait, what? Like you managed to get engaged, and it all kind of started from like talking about, and you know what I mean, like little stories like that are mad, and there's probably so many of them things in life that we probably won't ever hear, you know. There's probably things like that people haven't even had the courage or thought, there's no point even telling them, but things like that are amazing. And I'm sure you get messages like that all the time where people say how much you've helped them, or like crazy stories. Like, do you have any that come to mind where someone said something to you and you're just like, raw, like, is that the impact you have?
Yeah, I've had people say, like, I remember it was years ago, man, like before I was even doing like, man, I think it was like before I even was doing grime, I had like someone tell me like my music helped them when they were like in a psych ward, like, you know what I mean? And like all sorts of crazy shit. I think I had I remember like one person, he had like his wife had like their newborn baby like passed away, and they'd been like using my music to cope, and I was just like, that is fucking crazy, man. Like, I didn't even know how to respond to that, but like, if I can help like that, then like it's all worth it no matter what from this point on, you know what I mean? If people are having that sort of and like
he's cut out again. Give it a moment, he'll cut back in.
My sister's trying to call me. My sister's trying to call me.
No worries, yeah, it just cut out, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, like yeah, man, like everything's worth it when you hear one thing like that, because I know when I've been going through shit times and music's helped me, like that was the only thing I had, you know. And like that's why I want to make music, you know. I feel like if you break your leg, you can go to a hospital and get it fixed up, but mental health, you know, like art is therapy, art is medicine for your soul, and like that's what music does for people, you know. It like it fixes your soul and it helps you get through shit. So like, yeah, man, that shit means the world to me.
100%. And some people may not even use music that deeply. They might just use it as escapism for a little bit. Some people do it just because it lifts their mood, and you know what I mean, it can be something as subtle as putting a smile on someone's face. It could be as subtle as, you know, something really small, to literally like people saying like, yo, this saved my mental, like this saved my life, like this attributed to why I'm getting better. Like, to hear things like that, it does hit deep, you know what I mean? You really do feel things like that, and it's, you know what I mean, we don't see that all the time, but when you do get the message here and there, or however often it is mad to hear things like that, you know. So yeah, man, but ultimately that just shows like the love that you know that is being shown to you, you know. It shows that people are genuinely here to support what you're doing, and although they won't know you on a certain level, there's only so much you're going to speak about online and through your music, you know. They're for what you have shown them, they're genuinely there for that, you know. And so when you're talking, you know, the part one of the overarching messages within this EP of, you know, the difference between someone loving you for real and someone just being there and being fake, you know you've got fans that love what you're putting out, and like from the bottom of their heart, you know, from the discords to the messages to the people who probably don't ever send you a message but bump your shit on a daily basis. I know I'm like that. Santan Dave is like my favorite UK artist. Like, blood, helped me in so many ways. You know what I mean? Inspiration to me in so many ways. But I'll probably never say that to him. I'll probably never get the chance to say that to him. You know? So there's people who probably do love your shit to the fucking core, and you'll probably never hear that. But knowing that they're out there still, you know what I mean? It is you do have to remind yourself of that. And so yeah, man, I know that you're humble enough to do that. You know what I mean? You show the love back, man. So it's all organic, man, and you've got to appreciate that.
Yeah, fucking oath. Fucking oath.
So I think that's a good point to kind of finish the stream, or maybe we'll do a couple questions before we go. It can be either of us both. I'm happy, but what have people thought of the stream, man? It's been sick. How many people are in here at the moment? This is the second time I'm checking it. Just around 90 people or so. Shout out to everyone who's in here, man. Shout out to everyone. Therapeutic, yeah, okay. I like that. Nerve has picked up the baton from the last generation of true heads and is carrying that with what? With a plump? Well, I don't know what that word is, but yeah, carrying it. I don't know. What do you feel like you taken from the previous generation of like Aussie hip hop? Was that something that inspired you in any way, shape, or form? Did you take anything from that previous generation?
Do you mean like in Australia?
Yeah, let's say Australia. Like, and was that a thing at all, or was you more influenced by UK or the US?
I think from the previous generation, like I guess like I've formed my own sound my way, but I would have never had the stage to show people what I can do if it wasn't for the previous generation of artists. The first 2 shows I ever did outside of my own city were because of Greeley and because of Fracture, you know? So even if it's not like, you know, directly taking influence from their music, which definitely still happened, it's more just they laid, and the generations before them laid down the infrastructure for us to be able to get up on a stage and fucking show people what we do, you know? So it's always respect, you know? Because I wouldn't have had a show to go perform at back in 2016 if I didn't link up with those guys, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the inspiration I take from them, you know? And like, man, I still talk to Greeley all the time. Like I was on the phone to him just before we jumped on this, you know, and like we're linking up for another tune soon. So yeah, just always like, you know, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, nothing but love for fucking Greeley and Frax. I can attest to them both, and I know you will as well. Some of the most fucking helpful and humble people you'll ever fucking speak to, man. Greeley and Frax have both helped me, you know, understand a few things, or when I've had something to ask about behind the scene or something to help understand, like, they've always been there to, you know, answer back and, you know what I mean, or be like, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, we'll have a chat about it, you know what I mean? So I'm always helpful, those lads, man, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, everyone just in the chat in this stream just showing love, man. Quality stream, guys. Chaz, how did you manage to gain connections with Aussie artists like Nerve and Jill? Just genuine love, I guess. Just showing love to the music and then people reaching out. You know what I mean? People just reaching out and just saying, oh, thank you for doing that. Or just saying, yo, like, your music's sick. You know what I mean? Like, 9 times out of 10, it's normally through the reactions and whatnot. And it's just, again, that mutual respect of, rah, I rate what you're doing and you know what I mean? You rate what I'm doing, so nah, that's sick. Oh, my camera's starting to go now. What's going on here? There we go. I think it's run out of memory, so now it's like, change the memory card. Delete some shit.
Gone for like 2.5 hours. Bro.
Yeah, man, it's been a long one. We will finish soon. Reens has asked, Nerve, how did you meet Mesk and Spectre?
How did I meet Mesk and Spectre? That's the question. How did I meet them? I met them through, let me think about it. High school homie of mine got kicked out of school and I think went to their school And then I guess like introduced us all, and like Mesk and Spectre pretty much taught me how to like rap. You know what I mean? Like they taught me how to rap in terms of like syllables and rhyming and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I met them through Jolly Rotten, and yeah, pretty much like the first time we met, we spent 3 days making tracks together. You know?
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
remember you doing a couple features with Syntax Junkies.
what was that? Sorry.
I remember you doing a couple features with Syntax Junkies.
Yeah, well, like our album, you know, like we did a 22 track album, like the first like 8 months after we all met, you know, like that was a massive like learning experience for me in terms of like writing raps and getting good at that. And like I think like getting the skill up, like nowadays when I write, I don't need to think about what rhymes because it just comes into my head. But back then it was like, yeah, I had to think real hard about what rhymes with what and how it rhymes, you know, from a technical standpoint at least, you know. So like that was like the training ground with those boys, and we just met through, you know, like mutual love of hip hop and just like homies, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much how that happened.
Yeah, it's important to be, you know, sometimes you gotta fuck with a person outside of the music to make music with them. It doesn't mean you have to be best friends, but you do have to fuck and catch a vibe with each other to a certain extent, definitely.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, do you still keep in touch with any of the Syntax members?
Definitely like when we have like no one parties and stuff, like they're all welcome to come through, you know what I mean? Like I guess like everyone's kind of doing their own thing since we dropped the album.
Yeah.
It's not like one of them things where like there's anything in between anything. It's more just like it's the same as like school friends, bro. Like
yeah,
you all have your stuff going on. So like as you get older, your circle gets smaller and stuff, you know. But like obviously, you know, like if I see him, I'm gonna be like, "What's up?" You know what I mean? Because there's like history there. Like we all like cut our teeth in the game together. You know what I mean? And like they taught me a lot of stuff. So yeah, like still see each other from time to time at venues and like gigs and stuff. Like if we got a cypher and stuff happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you don't have to chat with people on a daily basis to still fuck with them. You know what I mean? As you said, sometimes you're doing your own thing in life.
Yeah.
Somebody's asked, which R&B artist influenced you to make your flows, your bars, your style and rap? Okay, so let's just say, do you have any R&B influences in terms of how you make your music?
I guess like big inspirations for me in terms of like singing, or like even just artists that I sing their tracks as like practice. Big ones are like Daniel Caesar and Brent Fires.
Yeah.
I think what I love about them is they're brutally honest with their lyrics, as well as just being really good singers. But like, fuck, bro, like some of the shit they say is so brutal, but it's so honest, you know. And like sometimes I have trouble being honest with myself about how I feel, and like communicating that to other people, trying to keep everyone happy, you know. But like sometimes you just got to hit them with the realness, and like that's a big thing on Baby Stop Running Your Mouth, you know, like just like being like, nah, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, 100%.
So that big influence from them. And also just been like, I guess not so much in terms of influence, but bumping lately. Like I've been bumping heaps of like Afrobeat steez and like J Huss, Rima, NSG, like Backroad G's got some good tracks like that too. So,
shout out to Backroad G, the king of ad-libs at the moment. That man just ad-libs his way through. He has more ad-libs than he does lyrics sometimes. I don't know how he does it. He's mad,
Yeah.
Absolutely mad. The last question I'll have for you then, and it kind of just ties into that, like, what are you listening to any UK artists? You mentioned J Hush, you mentioned NSG, Backroad G. Is there any other UK shit you're fucking with right now?
I'll have to check my playlist, eh?
Yeah.
I've been bumping Passaloo. Crazy.
Yeah, another one.
Crazy. So sick. Yeah, but yeah, like also like Burna Boy and shit too. I've been bumping a lot of Burna Boy.
Yeah, shout out Burna.
Just that like jiggy shit, man. Like just jiggy shit.
Yeah,
Shit that
man.
makes you
It's a
feel
vibe.
good,
It is.
shit
It
that makes
is a
you-
different kind of vibe, man. It's easy listening as well for the most part. Yeah, man. 100%.
Yeah.
I think my biggest one. I'm still pumping Potter Papers mixtape. Training Day 3. That shit's just 24 tracks of just rap. That is one of the anomalies. Like when I talk about the roller coaster effect and diversifying your content, no, he literally just has 24 tracks that are just straight rap. But I love that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes an artist can just do one thing and nail it. TD3 gets his album Conflict of Interest is still in my playlist. And then I can't lie, I've been listening to more Aussie shit than I have been UK or US. I've been listening to J. Cole's new. Have you heard J. Cole's new album?
Nah, I'm so shit at jumping on stuff that's just come out. I don't know if it's like I don't know. Like I listen to like, I don't know. I'm like an old man, bro. I'm stuck in my ways, you know. I'll bump the same 3 artists for like 6 months, you know.
Yeah, I can very much be like that. Luckily, J. Cole is one of them, so I'm able to keep up with him. But yeah, man. Look, Nerve, honestly, on a level, this has been really good, man, and I appreciate this. This is a first. This is a first having the artist on live with the reactor, the reviewer. So yeah, man, I've enjoyed it, man.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
been good.
Hey, crazy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, go stream, go buy, go get the merch, go get tickets, all of that for Nerve Tall Poppy season out right now. Any last message for the people who have been tuned in the entire time?
Oh man, if you've been tuned in the entire time, then you're a fucking legend.
Legend, man. Like 2.5 hours, man. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
100%.
crazy shit. And like, yeah, go like, I mean, the only thing I can really ask of people is like, if you can cop tickets to the tour, if you can't cop tickets to the tour and cop merch, just tell a friend about my music. You know what I mean? Like, spread the good word. Join the Discord, shit talk on there.
Yeah.
We got like merch going out this week. If you can't cop a whole bag of merch, just get some socks or something, you know, like support like your local whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like and just like bless up. Hey, more life to everyone.
That's it, man. 100%.
Yeah.
And I second that comment of, look, if you ain't got the peas to spend on merch and tickets and all of that, just go and tell a friend. Go and like a video. You know what I mean? Just pop the album on and just leave it on loop for a little bit or something. Like, you know what I mean? Just support in any way you can. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. 100%. People, appreciate you all tuning in, and we're out.